Welcome to the Roadshow Podcast.
Seto,
What's going on?
how are you, bro?
I'm great.
It's good to meet you, man.
I know, finally here.
Finally getting it done.
Seeing your stuff pop out everywhere, so it's great to be here.
Dude, I've talked to a couple of your friends in the industry.
Yeah, I've seen.
The last few weeks. I've had who have I had on? Jeez.
Brendan. I saw Seal on here too.
Seal, yeah. And dude, everyone in the fucking industry is going crazy right now.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to see.
Yeah, and everyone's doing like different things.
Yeah.
Like Brendan's going live stage. You're taking the cars. What the fuck?
Yeah.
So how was Monaco?
Monaco was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a 2-week trip. So went to Monaco and Barcelona. Mm-hmm. I started off in Monaco, which we flew to Nice to Monaco. Was there for the F1, shot some things there, and then basically because, as you probably know, currently doing some vlogs for the Lee collection.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So just following, I guess, the cars that Lawrence has and picking up cars, and we basically drove a whole bunch of cars from Monaco to Barcelona.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and just made a trip out of it.
Favorite car?
Oh, that's a hard one, man. I think my favorite car would be...
Don't say the old school Bugatti.
No. Actually, now it would be the McLaren P1.
Really?
Yeah.
What is it? The handling? Because it's so spread out wide?
No, like the P1, because I love my JDMs, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the McLaren P1 gives you the supercar, but at the same time driving it has the sounds of like the turbo spools, the flutter. It still it feels home to me.
Yeah, right.
And it's a savage. It's a savage on the road.
What's the torque like in it?
It's brutal, man. It's scary. It's scary to drive.
Really?
Yeah,
like Tesla scary?
No, Tesla's not scary, bro.
You're not getting a Raptor in the back.
I mean, you feel like you're in a spaceship, like.
Yeah, true.
But in a P1, you just feel like it's gonna launch.
Right.
And I didn't even have it on a race mode. I just had it on a normal, still a track mode. But that's felt pretty. But at the same time, I was driving in pretty wet conditions.
Yeah, okay. Did it hug the ground? I know the 720S hugs like a motherfucker.
I didn't really try and test it. I didn't want to
flip the fucking thing.
let's just test it. Yeah, nah,
Sorry,
fuck
Lawrence.
that. Would not ever do that. So I was like, nah. You can just feel a car. You can see how powerful it is. Just a couple of high revs, and you're just like, okay, this car wants to go.
Now, what was is it the Bugatti Chiron?
Chiron, the Super Sport.
Did that blow your mind as much as you thought it was going to?
It's an amazing car.
Yeah.
Right? If you think about it,
because it's a V16, isn't it?
Yes, V16, and it just to see it in person. I never think I never thought in my life I'd see one. And then just to see that, Lawrence has that and bought that, and the amount of I guess hype around it, kind of lives up to it. It's kind of you're just blown away because you're like, a Bugatti?
Yeah.
The only time I buy one is off the game. You play your games and you're like, I got a Bugatti, man. You know what I mean?
And you still got to up pay for those fucking things.
Yeah, man. But it's just, that thing is pretty wild.
Wow.
It's a nice spec too. They spec that really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because a $5.5 million car?
I think around that much. Yeah.
All spec'd?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to, right?
Yeah, I'd have to go all out on it. And that thing actually, I think it was hard because when we picked up the Bugatti, we actually had the Mirage GT with us as well. And the Mirage GT is actually quite a loud car. It sounds amazing. It's it's
got a
trumpet.
grunt to it,
right?
yeah.
So then you have that in the Bugatti. Bugatti just sounded like nothing. It was quiet.
Really?
I felt like Bugatti needs to be louder, but you just don't want to touch it. I wouldn't touch it. I was just you got a Bugatti. That's it.
Yeah.
But obviously the Bugatti would kill it on the road.
Oh, yeah. I think they have a top speed of 480
on a
k's.
straight, you'd just be gunning it, right?
What the fuck?
But the Mirage GT would just be a fun little wild car.
Yeah.
Probably possibly die, rest in peace Paul Walker. You don't want to be doing that.
Shit.
Okay, man.
You had to bring him up.
You don't want to do that, man.
Should have been walking.
Yeah.
Damn. I wanted to know, apart from the cars and stuff, I saw you on a lot of yachts.
Yes.
What's that about? Is that rent? Does he own those yachts, or are they private that he rents?
No, there was one that he owned and two that was private. It was just for family and friends. Just because I was on a holiday with him as well.
Okay, right.
So yeah, just personally, I guess capturing some moments for him.
Yeah, so is the yacht a part of the Lee collection?
There is one, yes.
There is.
Well, he's got a few, but in Europe there was one with us. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Hectic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like all modes of transportation are getting covered in that fucking thing.
Yeah, it's a different world out there, man.
Has he brought has the Lee collection gone into like motorcycles and stuff?
No.
No,
I don't
it's just
think-
straight up supercars.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think he'll get into motorcycles.
You don't reckon?
I don't know. You never know.
You never-
Actually,
never
just
say
never know.
never.
You never know. Hey.
So, tell us a story. How did you come about into going to Monaco and doing all this stuff?
I guess I knew a couple of boys like 3 years back. So going back 3 years ago,
Okay.
before all this, I was still kind of learning how to film, and I always had I love cars.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, would be cool just to be able to expand my different niches. I was always in fashion was always the first thing. Fashion and dance were the first things I used to do when I started filming in photography.
What
right?
kind of dance?
Like hip hop.
Oh,
all that.
sick,
But
sick.
then I used to do because I used to teach dance back in 2014, 15. I knew a lot of the dance scene as well, so I started filming concerts and filming solo dances for people, and then fashion. And that's how I knew Ed.
Right.
So Ed was a
okay.
dancer as well. Then work with Ed, go into the fashion scene, started working, I guess, doing photos, videos through that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then that's how I got into filming. But then I was like, man, I kind of I was in a experimental space. So I need to know what do I like? What do I want to do? I don't like caging myself to one thing. So I was like, fuck, let's try some new stuff. So at the time I was trying cars, and I really wanted to do events. So I just wanted to get into music festivals and start shooting that. But that one didn't happen until later. So I was like, I'll do cars first. Then I bumped into Josh, which was one of my old friends, which is one of the guys that works for Lawrence. And just started asking him, hey man, can I just shoot for free? Let me work. Let me do just shoot for you, man.
That's
Yeah,
sick.
do that. And then they ended up hiring another guy to do some content, which was cool. But then, so I didn't really do much with them for a while. And then there were just there was this break I saw in the League collection where there was a year they didn't do anything.
Right.
There was just nothing, right?
Content-wise?
Content-wise. I just didn't really see anything. Don't know what happened. Just all right, cool. And then it was only until last year through the summer, funny enough, just Josh actually lives in the same apartment as me. And for some reason, we just ended up partying heaps together.
Yeah.
It's
As you do.
He's man, come out, we party. We'll just go hard, right? We're just every weekend, I went through a breakup. So I was like, whatever, let's just go. Let's just party.
the best time to party.
So we're just partying through the summer. Party through the summer, made new connections, networking, I guess, and making good friends with the group. And then this year, at the start of the year, I flew out to Dubai. I got my first proper international job. So I flew out to the Dubai boat show, and just filmed for a business called the Market Herald here in Perth.
Okay.
So captured some footage for them. Came back, went to Thailand, shot a dance thing with my friends from Sydney. Came back. I was here for 48 hours, and Josh was like, "Hey man, what are you doing in about 2 days?" I'm like, "Nothing. Why is that? Can you fly to Italy?"
What?
Yeah. And I was like, "Sure. What do you need me for?" I was like, "Yeah, we just need to shoot some stuff for 4 days and come back." And then basically that's where that car thing just began.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, just go. It was from there I was go nonstop.
So what were you shooting when you were in Italy the first time?
So Italy was actually the first time we actually picked up the Bugatti Veyron.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so we picked up a Bugatti Veyron, the McLaren 688 HS, and the Aston Martin Speedster.
Ooh, damn.
So they were the first three cars.
That's crazy, man.
So that was pretty wild. We were there for 3 days, and we were, I guess, capturing mainly this whole thing was mainly just to capture the experience and the moments of oh my god, we're picking up these cars for Lawrence, and Lawrence was there, and I guess more of a personal thing, you know what I mean? Because I don't know, it's pretty cool. If you think about it, you don't think about capturing these moments in your life, and I guess if you want to look back, it's actually pretty cool. Like now I've filmed all this stuff, right? And I can actually look at it. You go back and like, damn, that was cool that we captured that, because it's a memory you can watch again, right? Kind of like how people capture weddings and all that stuff. But now this is on a scale of like, I just want to capture my memories.
Yeah.
And I guess that's the way that Lawrence kind of sees it. And at the same time, we're able to output some BTS and behind the scenes of how this stuff works for the world to see.
Yeah.
Which is like a win-win in a way that like Lawrence is like happy enough and open enough, you know, to let people see that.
Well, I assume living that kind of lifestyle, there's so many points of it that would go unseen. And getting all these new cars and meeting all these cool people, you know, having a photographer linger around, you know, is like probably the best thing for it.
Yeah, it is.
You know, and like if once it gets personalized and he lets you into that side of his lifestyle where, you know, like you're partying with him or like just on a day-to-day friends, that's really fucking cool.
It is cool.
I think like the same way about podcasts.
Yeah.
It's because like I did my 30th birthday on a podcast. We partied, bro. We lit a fucking joint. We were fucking partying.
Yeah.
There was I'll let everybody know, there was so much of that podcast that was cut out because we were in the bathroom doing things.
Yeah. No, I think like, I don't know, for some reason, it's weird, right? But like, the more you go out and more you socialize with people and like just get out there and just party and just be a good dude, right?
Just be yourself.
You actually meet a lot of connections. Mm-hmm. And I think I learned that best from funny with Ed, a party animal, back in his times. But he actually, I remember watching him as a young 20-year-old while he was like in his lates, and he would just like party every day. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Right?
Yeah.
But then if you think about like looking back now, I'm like, shit, he actually made a whole bunch of networks and a whole bunch of good friends, right? So now he's able to do all this stuff.
Yeah.
Which I think network is a huge thing in business. Like, doesn't matter how good you are at things. If you can build a good network, they'll build with you and you can build with it, rather than like trying to show your crazy ass talent and then not want to be able to socialize. Like not having those, you know, like the human interactions and people skills.
Yeah.
That's really important.
There's a term that I've quoted many times, and it's called island thinking, which is if you see yourself as an island away from the mainland, you think you can do it all by yourself, make yourself into a little tourist destination, you become like the most pretentious asshole in the world.
Yeah.
That's why, like my friend Sev, you know Sev?
Yeah.
He said to me, well, he actually had me on his podcast, and while he was introducing the podcast, he said, I've been on his podcast, now he's been on my podcast, we've got collaboration over competition. And I was like, oh shit, that's real.
Yeah.
Because if you start seeing everybody as competition, you're not going to be able to work with anybody.
No.
And if you see what you can get out of people as their value, the way that I met Sil was the like partying at New Year's at Port Beach.
Yeah.
And I just met him after he come off his set, and I was like, what's going on, man?
Yeah, sick.
And we partied for a bit.
Yeah.
And whether you like it or not, I think partying is a net positive.
Yeah, it's a win-win, man. Until you get too like drunk or whatever, and you're just like, oh man, did I embarrass myself? But,
yeah. But if you're a nice guy and you're holding your own, I guess, through the times that you're partying, you meet a lot of people, and then like when you're traversing a new lifestyle, and you're going into photography, all the people that you met prior to doing the photography while you were partying might be doing something along the same lines as what you want to shoot in the future.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
something
you're
there.
just building networks, right? In the end, like there's always constant work and people want to support you. I mean, so if you're a dick, they're not going to support you.
Yeah.
But if you're a good dude and they see you just out there trying to make it, you know, there's the people that will take you in.
Yeah.
And I've been lucky enough to have that around me. I mean, just work along with people.
Yeah, I think there's something to who your friends are.
Yeah, it's very important as well.
Yeah.
It's being selective of your group is very important. I've learnt like, especially like hanging out with these new guys here, like being very particular on who you meet, because it's kind of like you don't want toxic people. Like, I don't know, like how would I explain it? It's kind of just like your group of friends. Say you have a best friend, right? Mm-hmm. You'll start rubbing off traits, right? So you want to rub off like the right people, because if you have someone that's not doing the right things and they're in your tight group, you're gonna start being exactly like them as well.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like picking the right people. Doesn't mean you have to cut off people. Just like pick a nice select group of people that you're always gonna be around, and that's like basically who you transform into. It's kind of like one of the sayings that people say: the closest 5 friends is your net worth as well.
Yeah.
I mean?
The Jim Rohn quote, you are the product of the 5 people you hang around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like picking that, I find not even just with money, but just like characteristics, morals, all that stuff. Like you learn off these people. So like I realized like, yeah, changing that through my years, that's shaping me to who I am now. Making sure that's who I want to be. Like, all right, this guy's not just a friend, but he's kind of like someone I look up to. And I want to be that. Like, do you know what I mean? Like that's the type of way I've been looking at things these days.
I like that.
Yeah.
One thing that I learnt when I was in real estate, selling real estate, was there's the rule of 30. I think it's 33 because you can't get a full. If you go 34, it balances out. The rule of 33: spend 33% of your time with people that are doing stuff in the same category as you, but 10 years behind you. Spend 33% of your time spent with the people that are on the same level as you, doing the same shit, and spend 33% of your time with people doing things 10 years ahead of you.
Yeah.
So you get like the mixture. But like you said, you have to be very aware of like who's the fruit fly in the kombucha.
Yeah.
Because it only takes one fruit fly to spoil
One,
a whole fucking
it
vat.
does.
Yeah.
So that's why you gotta be real careful. About that, again, being with these guys, like you just learn and you start to see like, all right, they really know and they can really judge character really well.
Yeah.
So it's like picking that, like they're not rude to anyone, but it's just like, all right, you can see like, all right, maybe see my friend, but not, I'm gonna just keep my distance away. Like I'll still be nice and stuff, but he's not someone that I want to be around too much. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
You kind of have to be quietly observant, right? Yeah.
very observant. That's what I've learned. Just stay at the back and just watch everyone. Yeah.
They say that the wisest man in the room has the quietest voice.
Yeah, I agree with that. Definitely.
Because you don't want to fuck like the dumbest dude in the world is like, oh fuck yeah, I know everything.
Yeah,
you know, like
absolutely.
fuck that guy.
Yeah. No, it's a lot. I feel like it's only happened to me recently, but yeah, sitting at the back and just being the guy that's just like trying to learn, you just soak in so much more, man. Just sit there and just watch, just analyze.
Yeah.
Analyzing is great. I never used to like it. I used to always like just be at the front, just like it's a little puppy dog, just like, you know. But now I'm just sitting at the back and it's like, just letting things click.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how things work. Cool. It's with everything.
I like that.
It's great.
What's the biggest click or what's the biggest takeaway that you've taken from the last year?
Oh, what is the biggest? That's a hard one.
I know, I'm sorry.
Damn, you're putting him on a spot.
No, well, the way that I see it is like, because your life's changed so dramatically, there's probably something that you've like, that's clicked in your head where you've gone, you know what, the next step is this, or the next thing is this. A lot of people just do the same thing over and over again and never get that click moment.
I just think for me, I've learned to be more patient. It's just patience. Things will happen in time, within the right moment, and when that opportunity opens, that's when you really got to be attacking for it. So like this whole time, I feel like even with my opportunities recently with the lead collection, Lawrence and all that, like that was people didn't realize that was a 3-year build. Like I just had to stay back. It's patience, right? And when the opportunity came, I had to attack and I had to like perform, because those 3 years at the same time I was building up a skill set, right?
Yeah, true.
So you got to be ready. That's just kind of like the same thing. Before that was kind of like the Jack Harlow thing. So like I went all the way to Paris, never shot an event, like never shot music festivals ever.
Really?
Right? Never. Ever.
What?
Right? Never done a music festival. And Sil actually gave me this opportunity, right? So I was actually on a holiday, the last 2 weeks of my holiday. And he was like, bro, can you shoot some of my bank stuff on a couple of the boys? They're playing at Little Palooza in Paris. I was like, yeah, cool. Cancelled the rest of my trip. I had like accommodation, all that, book gone, money's gone, right? I was like, booked my first flight to, again, Paris, put out money and then got tickets. And I was like, I need to create an opportunity somehow. Like this is where it is. This is like big boy shit. Like Little Palooza is a pretty massive festival.
It's a massive
I think there was like 90,000 people there, right?
It's like Coachella.
And I was just walking around and then this random lady just was like, hey, what are you doing? You're a photographer. I was like, yeah. She's like, can you speak English? I'm like, yeah. She's like, meet me at the main stage, 15 minutes. I didn't know who the hell was playing. Walked there, Jack Harlow.
Damn,
Right?
bro.
And then that's why I was like, fuck, this is my like opportunity right now.
Yeah.
Now I've got to attack this shit.
So you didn't know going into the festival who you were shooting?
Nah.
You
So I
didn't
only
know.
knew the people I was shooting was for still, but I made an opportunity just to walk around. I literally was like, well, I'm here. Let's just walk around with my camera and see what happens.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And that's what I mean by like patience, right? I didn't like just waiting for that time, waiting for the opportunity. Sometimes you have to create your opportunity. Some people wait too long for the opportunities. Like they're like, oh, it will come. But sometimes you actually just got to go out there for it, right? And I feel like that was the door from the start for me, just canceling the rest of my holiday and being like, fuck it, let's go to Paris and just try and shoot something while I'm there, because I knew the headliners. I knew there was like a couple of big headliners. I was like, surely something can come out of this, right? Bang. And then that's where I think that's where things started to pop off for me. And then from there, I was like, all right, I understood that I can't just wait all the time and I got to go out for it. But then sometimes there is that patience where he's like, even if an opportunity arises, you can't force it. You got to wait. You got to wait. It's like, you got to wait your time. When it's time and you'll know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's a lot of people either force it too much. So you get like to a client that they want and they like keep pushing to the point where you're like,
becomes needy.
fuck, like the guy's like, I don't want to work with this guy. It's too much. And then there's people that just lay back to you, even though they're really good at what they do, but then there's like, they don't get the opportunity, they don't get the chance because they don't shoot their shot. So it's like, it's all timing and patience. I feel it's like just a waiting game. It's like, all right, when am I going to attack? And when am I going to pull that trigger?
Yeah.
And I feel like I've been just pulling the trigger at the right time.
I think like photography is probably one of those things that you could, you know, like walking around a festival and then somebody pulls you up and goes, you know what? But I reckon if you were like a front man for a band trying to get listed or something, you walk around with like a microphone, they'd be like, dude, what the fuck you doing?
Yeah.
Like noticing your opportunities when they're opportunities is a massive thing.
Yeah. I think that's probably the biggest thing I've learned
That's
last
sick.
year. Yeah, but patience is definitely one thing I never used to have, and I've learned to just be a bit more patient, be a bit more of a behind the scene guy, just sit back and just let things play out.
Yeah. I think all too many people want the spotlight on them.
Yeah, I think, and you go through it. Like I've been through it. I'm like, fuck, I need to get the spotlight. Otherwise, if I don't, I think I saw it in a way. If I don't get the spotlight, no one's gonna see me.
Yeah.
But it wasn't even that case. And I still don't. I'm not even like the best out there. Like there's people that like way better than me. You know what I mean? But it's just like maybe my opportunities and my attacking was at a better time than what they did. You know what I mean? So
Well,
I'm like,
obviously.
yeah. There's 100,000 but there's a handful of people that I know in this world that can do my job better than me if it was in the automotive industry.
Yeah.
Right.
But that gives you something to look up to, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I still like I'm still learning. Like I've never done vlogs, so now I'm like learning on the job vlogs. But this goes back to again who you are and what type of people want to support you. And I found the right people that were like, hey, we believe in you. Let's give this guy a shot. And then this is another thing where, all right, I got to step up to the ladder and be like, all right, these guys really believe in me, so I need to produce the best that I can to my ability and keep learning. And that's why I always want to stay learning. Like I'll never be at a point where I'll be like, I'm fucking good at my job.
Yeah, right.
Like I'm proud of what I can do, but man, I feel like it's kind of like a dance. I always relate things back to dance in my life because like dance is one of these things where it's not a triangle to the top. You don't learn and you hit a point at the top. It's a reverse triangle. So it's like a V, right? You learn something and it keeps evolving. Right? So you can't, like, how are you going to catch up with everything? If you think that TikTok trends, man, just on that scale of dance, there's always something trending. There's always something to learn. There's always something new, right? Dance just evolves, like keeps evolving. So if you're out of the game for like 6 months, you're so far behind.
Yeah.
And then if you're looking at the kids now being taught how to dance, they're crazy. I don't know if you've seen like, yeah, right?
Yeah, bro.
So I feel like the same.
B-boys these days are ridiculous,
Yeah.
bro. They're anti-gravity motherfuckers.
They just somehow fly, right?
Yeah, literally.
But I just see that the same as media, photography as well. There's trends. There's always these things that are like popping off. So, and you need to learn, and you need to learn fast. And people are actually getting all these skill sets. You know what I mean? They're not just like photographers, videographers. The editors, like they can do all their like VFX, everything through it, like all sound design, like be a one-stop shop for someone. I think that's the killer key. But then if you think about that, look at all the avenues that you still got to learn.
Yeah, true.
Just in sound, just in VFX, just in photography, just in videography. But then being able to do that, you just got to constantly be a learner. You can't ever be a master. That's why sometimes I really hate. I'm just gonna put like this out. I just really hate courses.
Dude.
And I don't like. I understand like it's a form of like creating content and trying to teach people, but sometimes I look at some people's work, and I'm not saying I'm the best, but I'm like, how are you teaching like someone? You're not okay. You're good, but you're trying to teach someone something, right? But then it's just watered down shit. I go back to dance again. There's what I used to learn. Like even when I saw it myself, I'm like, why the fuck am I teaching? Because I ended up being a teacher. So I was like, am I that good to teach? I don't know, because if I'm not good enough to teach and I'm not teaching the right things, my students will end up with watered down skills of mine.
Yeah.
They'll become teachers. They'll start teaching watered down, and it just ends up being a shit
Cycle,
show.
yeah.
Right? I see that same as like these courses. I'm like, fuck. Like, cool, I understand you need to make money, man, but sometimes I'm like, these courses suck. Stop trying to sell courses.
Yeah.
But each their own.
Is it Alex Hormozy? I think he's a billionaire as well. Alex Hormozy just brought out $100 million leads, and he's like he owns acquisition.com. Fucking amazing dude. He's the guy with the Band-Aid, always there. He's jacked as fuck.
Nah, I haven't seen him.
He's got like a beard and shit.
Yeah.
And he laid out so the book $100 Million Leads comes out. He drops the website at the same time as he drops the book, and it has like the highest level of course ever, and it's free.
Yeah.
So it literally just shat on the rest of the sales courses that you can get.
Yeah.
All time. And this dude is just so on the money. He gives all information for free at all times.
Yeah.
And he's like, if you want to do business with me, we can do business, but I want to help you be a better salesperson.
Yeah.
I think it's the same. Like, do you know those motherfuckers that are like, they're a guru, but they're not really a guru?
Yeah, that's the things I don't like. I hate because I feel like that's just trying to take advantage of people and just trying to make money out of yourself, which is like, I'm like, that's just dumb. I don't know. For me, I'm just like, man, why are you doing that? But again, it's a business, right? I understand people need to run businesses, and they want to add add-ons to their business and be like, all right, this could be another lead way for me to make more money.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, sometimes just looking at it, I'm like, there's going to be those gullible people that just
Like Nana.
But then it's like, I guess that's the world. That's how the world runs, I guess.
It's how scams work as well, bro. Like I've been watching those payback scammers.
Oh man,
Bro, it's so good, right?
Yeah, who's that guy on TikTok? And he like
The blue haired guy?
yeah, and he actually can like hack into their systems and
Fuck them up.
oh, that's awesome. That's sick. I love watching that.
I wish there was something like that for like those fucking 2-cent gurus, like they just put out courses. One day they'll buy a course and all their shit will get shut down. Like, because
If you think about it now though, like there's a lot of, you don't actually need to buy courses. Like
you can do it all on YouTube.
yeah, YouTube is still like the best learning platform. Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, your friends.
Yeah. Well, they have YouTube Community now where you can subscribe and pay something to the actual the page.
What's that new one on Instagram? I've seen people starting to do this.
Channel?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, Channel. And I think it's
Is that
like
the same thing?
I think so. But it's also like a private chat.
Okay.
Where you can be live in there or like see your messages from like the people that are paying you.
Yeah, okay.
I think. I'm a moron. Don't fucking listen to me. I'm pretty sure it's something like a Patreon thing though.
Yeah.
Like, because everybody just wants to make money, and like a platform will happily allow money to come in so they can take a percentage, which I'm all for because they're hosting the fucking platform.
Yeah.
So you guys or like whoever can make fucking more money. But the thing is there's too many people that think they're worth being paid when they haven't done the work yet.
Yeah.
I'm not going to name names or industries or fuck all, but there are certain people in this town that think they should be paid for what they do, but they haven't given the value yet.
Yeah. There's some. Yeah. But at the same time, I guess, it goes back to like business, marketing, and I guess people trying to make a living.
I don't blame them.
So I'm like, damn. I don't blame, but it's just like an annoying aspect to see. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck, like, what do you do? Like, sometimes, you can just see straight through it. So I'm just like, But then it's like, it's none of my business too. None of my business.
Yeah, it's none of my business either. But I got a podcast. We need something to talk about.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway.
I'm all for people making money in their own ways, bro. Like,
Yeah.
there's
I mean, that's what we're here for in the end. Like, we want to be financially free. We don't have to be like billionaires and crazy like that, but like we all want to be at a place where like we can be financially free and enjoy our life. And I think in this day and age, it's a lot easier to get there.
Yeah.
Not a lot easier, but if you put in your work and you understand how like the social media works and marketing works, you're pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Like you can make a good amount of money.
Do you know Brandon Wilco?
Sounds familiar.
DJ Wilco. He was the resident DJ at fucking what's it called? It's Loop now. Arcade.
No.
All right. So
Very familiar name though.
He started DJing. He brought out this mixtape. I think it was like the Death to Dubstep. This mixtape.
Oh, I've heard of that.
It went fucking viral as shit.
Yeah.
And then after that, he was like, I'm a good DJ, but I'm a better marketer.
Yeah.
So then he started Where You Marketing, and it's just blown the fuck up. And that goes into like, I don't know where this thought's going, but it's going somewhere. The awareness of your skill set.
Yeah.
Like, I think he should have been paid more for being a DJ because of how he made his mixtape go viral and all that kind of stuff. But he was like, retract. Could I do this for the rest of my life? He was drinking like 45 vodka Red Bulls or some shit a night. Wild, bro, right? And then like he's like,
How's his heart going, you know?
It's fine now. It's fine now. He's like a fucking tank bodybuilder, but he was a fat fuck back then.
Yeah.
And he's a good friend of mine. I can call him a fat fuck. But he was.
Oh, shit.
What do I do? But he was. And now he's this jacked fuck instead of a fat fuck. And like he's like put more of his skill set into doing the thing that made him go viral in the first place, which is the marketing.
Yeah.
So I think there is like value there. But like how you got there in the first place doesn't really matter.
No.
As long as you make it happen.
Yeah.
Like, you know Level Studio?
Yeah.
Sheldon?
Yeah.
He didn't do like SAE. Like he didn't do the course or anything
I think that's
like
the
that.
best way to go. I think a lot of people that didn't go to uni, didn't go to TAFE, like that's where I feel like you really have initiative.
Yeah.
Because you're finding a different way to get there, right? I think you're throwing yourself in more of a deep end.
Yeah.
So I find that more respectable in a way sometimes than someone going to uni and trying to like sit there and because I hate theory.
Me too, bro.
I can't sit and fucking be told something for an hour, like 5 hours of my day.
Yeah.
I need to be there physically doing something, right?
Hands on, yeah.
So I find that the best way, and that's exactly the way I did it too. So I didn't know I was going to be a photographer, videographer. I just got a camera handed to me.
So when did you start?
I started like back in like 2015, I think it was.
And how old are you now?
32.
32. So you were 24?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah, I had no idea. I was just selling clothes. And then Ed was like, "Can you just take photos for our Instagram?" 2015, we were just like doing sneaker photos. But yeah, like deep end, no idea what I was doing.
That adaptation, that adaptability, that's a trait that I don't think many people have because of the theory, right? Is like you learn how to learn in school. I got out of school in year 9, so I had to do everything by my hands.
Yeah.
Like I was like, fuck school. Like all I wanted to do was smoke weed. That's all I wanted to do.
That's fair enough.
And my parents were like, fuck it, do what you want. But they're like, if you leave school, you have to do an apprenticeship. And luckily I did one in like glass and glazing. And like I didn't finish it because I was a guitarist at the same time.
Yeah.
So I was cutting my hands on all this glass and I was like going home trying to play guitar and all the strings are getting bloody. And I was like, okay, well, I've got to get rid of this as well.
Yeah.
And then it just like slowly like went into like, oh, I need to adapt to this. I need to adapt to this. But if I had stayed in school, I would have just been like learning how to learn.
Yeah.
Where, it's in the box thinking. It's like, what have I learned?
I understand some things do need that, right? Some careers do need that.
Nurses, doctors, yeah.
But then for most of the other stuff, fuck, man, I feel like it's a waste of time.
Yeah, 100%.
Especially now with all the learning things you can learn on YouTube or find an issue, just Google, man. Like, Google Doctor, bro.
Google Doctor. WebMD.
Like, what's wrong with me?
I got the sniffles. You got cancer. That's why you
start freaking out. Oh, man. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. I think the things that have been set up prior to like the 2000 era, like all the nursing, doctors, lawyers, all that stuff, you do need theory in school for that.
Yeah.
Apart from like ChatGPT taking over now, other than the, like the hands-on stuff.
Yeah.
Like I got like some contracts written up by ChatGPT as a lawyer.
Yeah.
You like act as a lawyer in Australia and write me this. And it's just like, brrr, it's right there.
It's pretty handy.
It's pretty handy.
Yeah.
But I think those people, we need those people. Like, we need doctors, we need lawyers. There's no shitting on that at all.
Yeah.
But if you want to be rich, there's no rich living. I mean, wealthy. You can be rich if you're helping people, right? Like, I went to see my grandmother in an old folks home, and like the people there, they're nurses, they're not living like a lavish lifestyle, but they're so full of love, bro. Everybody's like, hi, how are you? And I'm like, I love
that's the
this
difference, right? Everyone's subjective to what that, like, happiness and financial freedom is. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can be freaking happy making $60,000 a year.
Yeah. Isn't that Gary V says that? He's like, if you like peanut butter sandwiches and you're making 120 grand a year doing something you hate, go make peanut butter sandwiches.
Yeah, like whatever you're happy with. So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But for like, I don't know, for me, I'm like, I want to ball out, but I don't want to be like, I can't. The lucky thing, I've seen what like it is like actually ball out now.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Like
So-
the hardest bowling you can do.
So I'm like, fuck, okay, that's not realistic for me. But being a millionaire these days, is realistic, right? So like, I feel like I can make a goal where I want to make X amount of million, and I'll be financially free, and I can have my family, have my kids, and happily like live.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But yeah,
They say millionaire status now is like the middle class.
it's just normal, man.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone's gonna make their meal.
Oh, for sure. Even if you make 50 grand a year, that 20 years you make $1 million.
Yeah, but we don't want 20 years.
No.
Go by.
6 months. Call Lawrence. No, there's too many things I think these days that like it's been too broadened, if you know what I mean. The horizon is so broad now that if you go into any industry, you could probably find a way to make something new or do something different, like that fucking NPC trend that pink dolly. Have you seen her?
No.
Oh, you've been in Monaco too long, bro. Holy shit. I'm going to show you this shit. This is the fucking stupid... I showed Brendan this shit.
NPC.
NPC. Do you know what NPC is?
Yeah, like in gaming.
Yeah, non-player character. Yeah.
Oh, is this like the Instagram?
Ho?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. Dude.
Yeah, that's wild.
You know how much he makes an hour?
How much?
32 grand.
That's wild.
Yeah. She's like, all those tokens that she gets sent that she reacts to,
Yeah.
those reactions are getting her paid. So she's constantly like, gang, 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 gang. And each one of them's like $3.
That's stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
And then
there's stupid money these days.
it's stupid money. That's like, there's so many ways to make money. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be an NPC, bro.
Yeah. There's so many outlets now to make it, which is good.
Yeah.
Good in a way. So it just depends on you, right? How much you want it. Like it does take time too as well. It's more about the long game. A lot of people think about how like a quick dollar is the short game for it. You know what I mean? But it's actually thinking about the long game, and that's what I've learned as well. Longevity. Like a lot of people can make quick money.
Yeah.
If I really want to make quick money, I can fucking go sell drugs.
Selfie pics on the internet.
Right? Just make one dirty ass deal.
Yeah,
you
true.
know what I mean? But
yeah.
like, you think about the long game. Like, all right, how am I going to make this money last? I think that's the thing right there. Is how am I going to make money last for me and my family
Yeah.
or whatever?
Yeah,
whatever your values are.
One of my favorite lyrics from Hooks, who's a rapper in Sydney, he goes, "I'm trying to turn trap money into tax money."
That's pretty good. Hook.
Yeah, which is like, damn. Like,
Fuck, I hate tax. Though.
Yeah, dude.
Shit, man, you raped with tax all the
Yeah,
time.
bro. Yeah. Well, you got a company?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you can write off most of your shit anyway.
Yeah, but still, man, I hate tax. I want to live in a tax-free company. I mean, country.
Oh, Dubai?
Yeah, can't go to Dubai though.
Why?
I mean, it's nice Dubai. I love Perth.
I think
love Australia.
there's a what is it? You could if you set up a company over there. Sil was telling me about this. You have to live over there for 180 days a year, so half a year, 6 months,
and get it paid into.
Yeah.
Could do that. I mean,
Could do. You could do what Tate does. Just live in Romania. Some bad bitches.
the old Andrew
You
Tate.
seen Romanian women, bro?
Oh no.
Like the average, 10 in Australia is like a 6 over there.
Yeah, I'm not from traveling, man. There's some crazy.
Are you
girls
single?
out there. Kind of seeing someone
Can't
for a bit.
for a bit.
Yeah.
Prior to going to Monaco.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we won't.
Oh
talk-
no, it wasn't Monaco. It was recently.
Oh, okay. Right. So,
Yeah, I got back.
Yeah.
Monaco, I was fully single.
Did you have some fun?
No.
Why? You lying motherfucker.
No, I'm gonna go. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. No, the world is great,
No, yeah.
man. No, but like seriously, hey, like I mean, I like. No, I don't know. This is a juicy subject. Yeah, like no, there's great girls in Australia,
No, of course.
right?
Yeah.
But then sometimes you just go across to like I don't know, man. When I was in Mykonos, I was like, man, how is there 1010s everywhere? Like how?
Yeah.
Like I'm walking around, I'm like, this is a joke.
Yeah, well, most of them don't speak English though, right?
Even better.
Even, yeah, no arguing.
I
don't know what you're having for
I love a
dinner?
different accent, man.
Yeah, me too, right?
It's just like, damn.
What's your favorite accent on a girl?
Oh.
Here we go. Don't say French, bro.
Nah, I think like a Spanish, like Latino. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. It's the way they speak. It's nice.
Brazilian.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
fat ass Brazilian.
But sometimes I don't mind the French. I don't know. Just got what mood am I in for the day? Just like
Yeah.
food.
True.
What are you hungry for?
Yeah. You want quesadillas or
Yeah.
baguette? Yeah.
Can't close. You got to be You got to be accepting of all
Yes,
things.
open zipper.
Oh man.
Yeah, dude. I think being abroad is like one of the healthiest things that you can do as a young dude.
I think so. I think for anyone, I think it's life lessons and just seeing different cultures and seeing how other places operate and just life. You see a lot. I guess I appreciated Perth a lot more. I guess going away.
Was it faster over there?
It's such a fast pace. Like everywhere else, so fast paced. I feel like Perth have really nice people. I think we're very relaxed and calm.
Yeah.
I mean, like we don't have much to do here, but I feel like it's just so nice to be able. I feel like Perth is the perfect calibration spot,
Oh yeah.
right?
I think
like,
J1 said that same thing.
like you can especially from what I've experienced, I'm like you can get so used to that so quickly.
Yeah.
And I feel like at a point like I was like, oh my god, like how is flying around jet normal? Do you know what I mean?
Did you have that thought?
Just it's getting comfortable, just being like you just, like even driving all the cars and the hotels and the life of like food, you start to slowly get desensitized, right? But then like coming back, I'm like calibrate. I'm like fuck, like you learn like to appreciate that opportunity and that life. You're like holy crap. But if I was stuck in it, that's all I'll ever know,
It's your day to day.
right? So I'm just like it's good to come back to Perth and recalibrate and just sit back and just like not have that around and just be able to like reminisce on that. And you're like, that was sick.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what
Have you journaled? Like, is that the word? Journaled? Yeah. Have you journaled much?
No.
You don't think you're going to?
No, like a lot of my friends are like, man, you should vlog like how your
personal stuff.
like your personal filming and stuff. I'm just like, I don't got time for that, man. And like, it's already a lot filming for someone. Like, especially like I had like when I was there for like 7-8 weeks, filming their life and having a camera in my hand. Like sometimes I just want to be able to put it down and just take it in. I didn't have like much of that time. Like as much as it looked like I was having so much fun, which I was, right?
Yeah.
But like in my back of my head, I'm still working. I'm not here to actually just have fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like being able to like not take videos of myself or just like maybe just enjoy some bits of things here and there. To put the camera down and actually let it sink in was like a crazy feeling.
That's a good point.
Because like a lot of people, I think a lot of other people, I think especially younger, would be all over that shit. As in like they would fucking
They're trying
vlog
to-
them, vlog this, and like just show the world. I'm like, that's
Go
great.
viral from
like,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I probably could have done that, but I'm like, I don't feel like I needed to. I just like I felt like this is an experience that I really want to like sink in as much as I can.
Yeah.
And just like feed off.
Yeah.
Because it motivated me in the end. Well, if
True.
I was thinking about it as like, I'm going to film this guy and I'm going to film me, that would just be so much, man. That would be like, I would be dead. Because I came back from that like cold work trip, dead. I was like dying towards the end of that trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
No sleep.
Well, I got some sleep, but then like, it was kind of like wherever you sleep, you can sleep. Like, if I was in the car, I'd try and sleep. You know what I mean? Some nights were like late.
In a supercar sleeping. Do you know
Not
how
a bad
crazy
place
that
to
is?
Yeah. But like, yeah, it's just like being able to take it all in and just enjoy, like, just, yeah, that was the best thing, I guess, as well. Like, rather than just think about, like, I'm going to vlog my life right now and show the world. Because I feel like sometimes that can be a little bit, like, showy. I don't want to be showy.
Yeah, it kind of brings out the ego, right?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't need to show that.
Yeah, because then you probably start thinking of yourself as like the star of the occasion.
Yeah, the purpose of my whole thing wasn't to do that. My whole purpose was,
Integrate.
yeah, like, my whole purpose was like, hey, this is his thing. I'm going to do his stuff, and that's it. You know what I mean? Like, that's my job. And and I was lucky enough that I was able to be able to experience all this stuff anyway. So to show that appreciation, just be there in the moment with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I'm there with the moment with them, be in the moment. And if I'm working, I'm working. But I didn't need to show that whole BTS of me working at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe in the future.
He
you know what I
does. He does seem like the type of dude that would allow you to be that way.
mean? Oh, 100%. He would. He's such a like an easygoing guy, which is great, right? But then he's just like knowing, I guess, at the same time, knowing your limits as a person. Like rather than like just think of it as like a bit of respect as well, I feel.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to. I'm like I don't want to. You don't want to overstep people, man. Like, do you know what I mean? You got to know your place and just be like, look, this is an already opportunity, and if people see me work with something like this, it's already gonna give me more doors. Don't get greedy with it and be like, all right, now I'm gonna show the world what I do. You know what I mean? And try and get more work out of that. Like, I'm not here to do that. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is where patience is. It will come. It will come in time. So don't push things. Don't force things. That's how I saw it. So I was still able to take stories and show a little bits and pieces here and there, like my friends to see, but it didn't need to be vlogged and like, hey, this is what I'm doing today, day in the life of. Like, I didn't need that. Do you know what I mean? I could have done that every day, and I could have fucking shown the whole world what it's like every day. But it's like, what? That's not at the same time as well. If you think about it, that's not my life.
Yeah.
I can't actually hold that lifestyle. So why am I showing someone else's lifestyle and pretending it's kind of like mine?
Yeah. That's a good point.
That's the other thing, right? So that's not me.
Yeah.
So
That's like the dude that hires the Lamborghini to show it off for the day kind of thing.
Yeah, I just see it. I'm like, oh, that ain't it. Like, for me, it's just cringe.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like, can't do that, man. Like, yeah, step back, and that's what I mean as well. Like, I'm already in a spot as well. The hard thing is being there. You start to get like really comfortable in that lifestyle that you really got to ego check yourself every day. You know, be like, all right, it's cool, but you need to understand that you need to keep yourself grounded, which is why coming back to Perth and being able to calibrate is like great. It's like cool. And that's what I've been taught by these guys as well. It's been around. That's why I love these guys, like hanging around these guys, because they're not there to be egotistic and be dicks. They're like sort of like, this is great. Like you actually got like a step in where people don't get to see this stuff or get to experience it. But keep yourself grounded, because I can see why some people can easily get lost in that source.
Yeah, of course.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wrong person in that situation will just take a whole different level. But then like, being with the right people and these guys I look up to, they're like, look, you need to do this to make sure that you stay grounded, because you can make it. Like, they're not saying I can't make it, but they're kind of showing me like you can make it in a different way and teach me lessons.
Yeah.
Taking that out, man. Yeah.
I think I admire that about you, man, which is the intangibility of skills, but noticing they're still skills.
Yeah,
You know,
you have to.
Patience, like I wasn't expecting you to say that.
Yeah, I never would. Like, I think in my early 20s, I always used to rush things. Even sometimes I still rush things, right?
Of course, yeah.
But like learning, and taking notice of these things, you're like, all right, yeah, patience is a huge thing now for me. And I'm still trying to learn it. I still don't even think I'm patient.
Well, that's kind of a good thing though, right?
Yeah.
Because you're leaving room there for improvement.
Always have to leave yourself.
Yeah.
Always leave it. Like, you know what I mean?
You wouldn't. I wouldn't believe you if you went, dude, I'm the most patient person in the world. I'm like, you fucking lying to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the same with me, man. Like at the start of this year, on my 31st birthday, I had surgery, and since then I've had 7 surgeries, which is 1 a month, and I've been given this autoimmune disease, and I'm like, well, I'm a science and anatomical thinker, right? Like, I'm an ex-bodybuilder and stuff, so I'm like, I can fix myself. They wanted to put me on blood transfusions and shit, and I was like, oh no, go. We're going to fix this right now. And then I found out another surgery was coming, and then another one, and then another one. And I was like, okay, I got to be patient with this. We're going to try different things, and I'm slowly bringing myself out of it.
Yeah.
Which is a wild fucking perspective to have, I'll tell you that, because when I was like, bro, being a roid head when you're in your 20s for like 4 years, you think you are a god, bro. Like, I was king of ego. I was just like fucking like, I look back at it now and it's so cringe, you know, like walking the festivals, shredded as fuck, shoulder bag, no shirt.
Oh, you were that dude.
I was that dude.
I need to walk out of here right now.
Muzzin, ziz shit, you know, like it was bad. And to be honest, if I hadn't have done that, I don't think I would have been the person now that realizes how ridiculous that shit is.
Yep.
So it's like you need to fall to get up.
Absolutely. Everyone's going to have their points.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, everyone does it. But it's the main important thing is you're learning from it.
Yeah.
Rather than sticking to that same old thing. Yeah.
Too many people stick.
Too many.
Too many.
A lot of people live off past ego, I feel.
Ooh, like past wins and
Yeah,
stuff.
like get over it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, sometimes I'm just like, bro, like, yeah, cool, you were that then. Do it now then.
Yeah.
If you're still so good.
Yeah. Like I find myself like talking, like, because my housemates as well have like the bodybuilding in them and they're like 25 and stuff. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. Yeah. I like living around hungry dudes. I'm telling you.
Absolutely.
It's gangster shit.
It's the best way
to
live.
Yeah. Everyone's like, let's go all the time. Nobody has low energy in this house, which is what I need, you know, especially like recovering from what I'm recovering from. I think wholeheartedly that there's some wisdom into learning how to fuck shit up and then bringing yourself out of it.
Yeah, you could.
Like there is wisdom.
Run amok and just peace out.
My favorite of all time stories are people that fuck their lives up completely
and they'll come back
and then come back.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
There is, and that gives me hope.
Yeah, but I think it goes back to mentality as well, because if you don't have a strong mental for that, you'll break easy. So like if you imagine going on a crash, just crashing down, and it's being like, a lot of people would just give up. That's why you get some people that just never come back, right? But then those guys that actually come back way stronger, way stronger. You know, whatever that case, doesn't even have to be, just doesn't have to be work or anything. It can be just personal shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But some people just fall in a trap and then they can't mentally get through it. So then what do they do?
Yeah. One of my best friends of all time, the guy that I was partying with on my 30th birthday on the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, so wild story. He grew up with a single mother. She wanted to give him everything, so he never learned how to work, right? The basis of this story is the cycle.
Yep.
She didn't allow him to make his own money, so he was given everything. And that's not a bad thing. Like, if you love your kids that much that you want to do that, go for it. But just know that it's going to probably fuck them up in the future.
Yep.
Now, he'll be okay with me saying this, I hope. If you're not, well, fuck off. Say it to my face, bitch. But he ended up meeting his first girlfriend. She commits suicide.
Yep.
His mum dies the next year. And then he's living with his grandparents. They both die.
Yep.
And then he meets this young girl. They end up having a kid together. She gets killed in a car accident. And then he's living with me.
Yep.
And now he's got another missus. Like, just people have had, like, this guy's just had it thrown, and he's still the same dude.
That's a strong mental, right? Like, that can break some people. Like, I can't even imagine that shit. But, like, I give, like, props to those people, because, like, that would be the hardest thing. Like, people have some crazy paths, right? And seeing that would just be like, break you. You're just getting constantly tested.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And we're just, sometimes for them to turn it back into a positive, you're just like, good on you, man. Like, that shit is like wouldn't be easy to get through. But then deep down it'd be pretty broken.
Yeah.
You know? You wouldn't know what they'd be like.
Yeah. I couldn't fathom it.
Yeah, you wouldn't fathom it.
No, not with that much loss.
That's just a whole lot of respect, and that's where I feel like some people don't have that strong mental capacity.
Yeah.
And I never used to, I guess, like, looking back now, like, I never used to understand sometimes with people, like, why don't you have like a good mental, like, way to come back from things? Why do you give up?
Perseverance.
And I think recently I've actually got a lot more empathy for that stuff. But I guess looking back as well to, like, how my family raised me and how I was taught helped my mental. Mm-hmm. And even just going through school, like, people deal with things differently. And I'm just glad that I was able to somehow just adapt to not take things so, like, harsh, or, like, because, like, I don't know, school, being bullied and stuff, like, people would still be left, like, with PTSD to this day with that shit, right?
Yeah.
But, like, I'm glad I got bullied in school, but I'm glad that I somehow managed to, like, get over that and not
take it to heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where some people can be really, like, not soft, like, they're sensitive. Like, I never had that empathy for that back in the days. I just be like, why the fuck are you soft for? Just grow up.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now I'm like, oh shit, people are actually
Take it to heart.
yeah, not even that. It's just like they're just sensitive. Everyone has just different emotions, and I think I learned that from just being in relationships as well.
Yeah.
I'm just such a cold person in my relationships.
Me
man.
too, bro.
I'm like, my ex is like, fuck, you're so cold, and I'm like, you don't realize that to like, if you start getting the same patterns with other people, you're like, fuck, you're so cold. I'm like, shit, my ex was right. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, don't tell anyone.
Don't tell I said that. But it just happens. But you just have to learn from it. And luckily, yeah, like some people can learn and some people can't.
Yeah.
And you just gotta understand that. And that's why now I have a little bit more of an understanding. So I'm like, fuck, some people just can't get over these things for like this stuff.
Yeah, I think everyone should go through a little bit of bullying though.
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah.
You gotta get bullied.
Yeah.
I feel like if you don't get bullied, you're not normal, man.
I was a fat kid. That's why I did the bodybuilding.
I was a really skinny kid.
So you got bullied for being skinny?
Yeah, man.
I got bullied for being
I
fat.
always get picked on for being like. I feel like every time I was in high school, I just get started on because even still to this day, man, I get started on because I'm fucking skinny.
What?
Yeah, man. I feel
Just
people,
like do a windmill kick. Like, I'm skinny. Okay, watch this.
I still till this day, yeah, man. Fucking a weekend ago, someone fucking want to start on me because I'm just skinny. Walking the streets, bro. Who cares? I'm like, cool. What? But it just happens. I'm just so used to it. I'm just like, I'm not used to it in a good way, but I'm just like, it doesn't faze me anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna hit me, bro. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. What are they? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me.
Yeah, I just know my life's good.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Life's good, baby.
Yeah, no shit.
You can't break me, man.
Yeah, no way. I'm skinny, but you ain't on the jet.
But,
Yeah. No, that's a fairly good point, man. When things get to you when you're younger, I think it's probably more these days it's a reflection of the overall society because we are so soft and malleable to the point that like if just watching a small screen with good like audio will make you feel a certain way.
Yeah.
Like if you're seeing somebody's lavish lifestyle constantly and thinking that you ain't shit, like that gets in your head, bro.
Man, social media is fucking. It's a game changer. It's sad. It's sad and it's good. Like it's such a pro and con thing, man. Where it's just like people just like I guess I see it more in the younger guys. And it's just like you see all these things that are like talking materialistic, right? They see all these fancy shit, like like cars, girls' handbags, makeup models like looking perfect and shit, right? And then they want to be that, and then like if they don't look like that, they get depressed. And then the things girls do to get to that point, like you know what I mean? Even guys, like both, like guys, cars, like shit, you can be broke as hell, and someone will still try and buy like fucking crazy ass cars out of your net worth just to show other people that you're kind of living.
Weird flex, right?
Yeah. But it's just how it is these days.
Yeah.
And then the things you can and cannot say on freaking social media or in front of people, I think people are just so soft these days. It's so annoying. Because like watching back in like old TV shows and movies, they're fucking hilarious. No filter.
No filter, no.
And it's just like people can just take it. It's just like, just fucking around. Like don't take it to heart.
Yeah.
But now you can't even say shit.
Yeah.
We're silenced.
I think the only, like that Strays movie, you seen that?
No.
With the dogs? So it's a Will Ferrell, Jamie Foxx movie.
Fuck, I love Jamie Foxx.
And they go hard. Like, I think the word cunt is sent in it like fucking like 30 times, bro.
Yeah.
But because it's like dogs talking, they can say whatever the fuck they want. And it feels like one of the old school comedies.
Oh,
again.
really? I didn't watch it. I haven't watched it.
Dude, it's great. It's a fantastic movie. I fucking watched it with my dad, bro. It was we were pissing ourselves off. There was like a moment in the film, and this doesn't get rid of any of the story or anything, but it was two dogs fucking and like two elderly people in the park, and he says, "Oh, that reminds me of my youth," and she goes, "You fuck dogs?" And we just lost it, bro. Like,
I didn't see it.
How the fuck can you say that? And there was like kids in the fucking theater, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay.
They thought it was going to be like a child's movie, and there's like mothers ushering her son out. It was so good.
I haven't watched a movie in ages, to be honest. Like a good new movie.
No?
No.
The Equalizer. You know The Equalizer? With
That was good, but that first one was dope.
Bro. You seen the second?
No. Oh, wait, yeah, I have seen the second one.
The third one's out in cinemas on Thursday.
I wonder what's going to be. I wonder if it's going to be like a Fast and Furious franchise keeps going. Equalizer 4, 5, 6.
Until Denzel dies.
He's never going to die, man. He doesn't age too.
He's fighting aliens and shit.
Yeah. No.
Have you seen the new one?
No, I haven't seen the new one yet.
Apparently, they go to space.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's getting out of hand now.
Oh, I think it got out of hand with the submarine like a couple movies back. like, how bad are you fucking up that you need to bring NASA into this?
Yeah. Fuck. That's fucked.
Yeah, dude. Like, fuck. I think that's just the milking thing, though, right? They're just milking it, like, for what it is. That's why they brought Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham into it.
So they're in everything.
They're in everything. They're in everything. There's like 3 new movies with Jason Statham coming out. It's like, bro, he hasn't been fucking lit for like 10 years. And now he's like, let's go. I got my mojo. Maybe he's on the steroids. Who knows?
Maybe.
I think so.
Possibly could be.
Well, he does a lot of movies with Adrian. What's that? Rocky. What's that fucking?
Oh, Sylvester Stallone.
Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
And that dude's gangbusters on the roids. You know that?
Yeah.
He got done on Australian borders.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, they found like, I think it was like a kilo of HGH in his suitcase.
Far
Like,
out.
why have you got a kilo of HGH, bro? That's the best shit.
He's been on for a long time. Though,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, ever since like Rocky 2, bro. He's
Yeah.
been gassing like a motherfucker. It's like all the superheroes from the, like back in the day before Marvel was a thing. Like, they all
Actually,
did it.
that's what the recent thing I watched. Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
There's a third?
The third one, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. That was, it was a bit different. But it was good.
I didn't know there was a third.
I love Marvel.
Oh, me too, bro.
Yeah.
My missus, she doesn't see like, she hasn't seen any superhero movies at all.
Yeah.
Like at all. So we like watched all the Batmans with Christian Bale. She's like, these are okay. And then we started watching like Man of Steel and then Batman vs Superman. She's like, these are shit. And then we started watching Spider-Man, like the old school ones, you know, with Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
She loves them, dude.
Man, I don't know. I like the new Spider-Man.
Oh, me too. Yeah, big time.
Yeah, Tom Holland's sick. I reckon.
Yeah.
A lot of people like Tom. Like he was good, but I think I like new things, and I think like even like just watching the new what's it called, graphics and all the CGI with that shit is just so sick
like
now.
Doctor Strange in that.
Man, I love watching that shit.
The fuck is
But you know
that?
who was actually on point back in the days? Who was pretty wild? Harry Potter.
Oh, yes, bro.
For all that stuff, the imagination in that was pretty wild.
Have you seen the Weird Al Yankovic movie?
No.
You know who Weird Al Yankovic is?
No.
He's like this guy that used to do parody songs. So like instead of Beat It by Michael Jackson, he had Eat It.
Okay.
And it was just a fat Michael Jackson singing and like, eat it, eat
That's
it.
random.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And he did like every song that hit number 1 on the charts, he would do a parody and then he would hit like number 2 on the charts
That's
of the parody of the song that's going number 1.
okay.
And Harry Potter, Daniel Radcliffe played him in the movie, and I just couldn't get it. Like,
Oh, really?
I'll never see Daniel Radcliffe as not Harry Potter.
Yeah, there was this weird movie that I watched him with, and he was like some weird boat, and it was like this thing that you can like ride.
Right.
It was weird. It was I can't remember what it was called. It was a really weird movie of Daniel Radcliffe, and he was just this weird swimming thing.
Really?
Yeah, I tripped out when I watched it. I can't remember what it's called.
There was a movie called Horns, I think it is. And he starts like getting horns like growing out of his forehead, and he's slowly becoming the devil.
Yeah, right.
And every time he's around anybody, they just want to sin around him. So like women just want to fuck him, and like kids are like fucking beating themselves in their heads. Like it was just
Some characters just need to stay as they are. That's it.
Yeah.
You're Harry.
Yeah, you're
That's
Harry,
it.
bro.
You're not even Daniel. You're Harry.
yeah, like
Hermione. You're Hermione. That's it. Like you're
yeah,
not playing any other movie, man.
Yeah, no shit. You should actually change your name to Harry Potter. That's it. yeah. Isn't that like fascinating? Because he was like what 8 years old, 9 years old when he first started.
Yeah.
Like, and we'll never see that kid as like Daniel Radcliffe. He's
No,
Harry
not.
Potter.
You're Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And you better be waving that wand around when I see you.
Yeah. Well, leave it in your pants.
All right, we took it there.
Damn. You know what I'm worried about is the social media thing. It gives everybody a chance to be a star,
Yeah, too many.
right? And it's the Harry Potter thing. What if you're pretending to be a character so long that you become that character?
No, I don't think that can happen.
You don't think so? Look
Well,
at
kind of.
6ix9ine.
But in a way, though, right? A lot of people that you meet, because like a lot of people that are on social media are like fully out there. Like they're out there on social media. Then you meet them in person, and they're totally different.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
Good point.
like they have this different like character, like they're what's it called? Oh man, like yeah, they're just like a different person on social media. Like they've got two identities.
Alter ego.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like they want to be this person, but they're not. So like social media has like kind of like put just a different cover on their face.
Yeah. That's why I think I like those videos of people that wear masks. You know, like Dead Mouse and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just love it because like you don't know who they are.
Yeah.
It's like those videos, Dancing Bear, I think it's called, where it's like on Pornhub. And like these dudes, trust me, bro, you want to look it up. And they're strippers, but they wear like male strippers, and they do like women's like hens night parties and stuff, and they end up fucking all the women. And like maybe it's staged, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's not.
You love this shit.
And I think it's the whole like, I don't know who you are, let's get fucking rowdy kind of thing.
Yeah, okay.
You know, there's no like face to it. They're wearing these bear heads and zebra heads and shit.
So we're all just wearing masks.
Yeah, all just wearing masks. So you can be whoever they want you to be because you don't have an identity. You're just like this shredded dude with your cock out.
That's brings me to a wild experience.
Okay. Have you been to a dancing bear, bro?
No, there was this really fucked up thing that I went to in London.
Okay.
So like, funny story. This is a really funny story.
Oh no.
So we were out with the boys and we were out like at a gentleman's club and we were like, oh man, we should just check out a club. I think it was the last night we were in London.
Was this recently?
Yeah, real recent, right?
Okay, fuck.
Anyway, we decided to go out and we asked these people where they're going. They're like, oh, you should check out this place called The Box in Soho. And we're like, cool. They're like, it's like a cabaret show. We're like, oh, great. We'll take on their advice. And me thinking, because like cabaret, I'm like, oh, Moulin Rouge, Crazy Horse in Paris, cool. That'll be pretty cool. We'll go there, have some drinks. So might work out. Anyway, the group kind of got separated, and first some of the guys went first and got in first, and then a couple of us got stuck outside, and we were waiting, and we tried to get in, and they were like, "Oh, the show just started, but you can go just after this first show." This is what I heard. I got to experience both, right? So like, I heard this story first, then I walked in after, and the guys are like, "Yo, we just saw some fucked up shit," and I was like, "What's going on?" And as this is happening, I'm just seeing some weird shit happening on the stage, like dwarves naked, like crazy, like this. And then there was this guy in like demonic flames and like 3 naked girls, like doing some weird shit to him, right? Anyway, one of my friends was like, "Bro, you should have seen what happened." And I was like, "What happened?" I was like, "Yo, so there was this crazy like hung transvestite with like bolt-on titties, right? Doing this show at the start as an intro." Started fucking the pizza box, put the pizza box down, shat on the pizza box, and slammed his face in the shit. And I was like, "Yo, no way!" I was like, "This isn't actually happening, right?" I was like, "They're like, yeah." I was like, "Sure, this is a joke," but like, they're like, "Nah, it's actually happening." And everyone was like, in that group was quite disgusted. But then everyone in this crowd was going off for it, right? And I'm like, where are we?
What the
right?
fuck,
Anyway,
bro? Then
I didn't believe about this transvestite thing.
As you wouldn't.
Right, so I look back and it's like this big, like the next big thing, like announcement. They're the curtain goes up and there's this guy, right? He's like tied to this chair. He's tied to this chair, duct tape, right?
What?
It's the same guy that they were talking about. Massive, like dong on him, like bolt-on titties. He's all duct taped up. He starts taking the duct tape around off his face.
Yeah.
And his blood just like coming out of his mouth and teeth, right?
What?
I'm like, holy, this is wild. What the fuck? So he starts taking, he's tied to a chair, so he's taking himself off this chair and he starts walking into, like, this stage is kind of like a runway as well. So he goes into the crowd and the crowd's like all the way around it.
Okay.
He's walking down this stage and I'm like, what the hell is hanging like? It's got a tail. Nah, it's like, it's a rope. It's a rope up his ass, right? And I'm like, I can't. He like bends over and pulls out this massive bottle glass bottle out of his ass.
Oh.
And I'm like, holy shit, this is wild.
What the fuck is this show?
Yeah, and I was like, this is insane. We were all just like shook, right? We were like, where are we? This is, what are we watching right now, right? I'm like this is fucking wild, right?
Yeah.
And then like, yeah, he just starts sucking on this bottle.
And it was up his ass.
Yeah.
What the fuck, bro?
I'm scarred, but it's a funny story. Anyway, like, then he goes off and then like, anyway, and then the show keeps continuing and there's other guys doing things like just like.
Was there any females?
There was, but it was mainly like, God. All right, comes to my next story.
Okay.
Right. So then at this club, there's like bottle girls. And like, there was one that I was actually like really hot and we're like, fuck. But then I had second thoughts and I was like, could this be a guy? Right. So like, me and we were all kind of just like, is this a guy?
Was it?
Like, it ended up being like some sort of game. Like, we were just like, this could be risky. Like, this could be really bad, right? Because like, you can't be judgmental, but I'm like, fuck, like, I don't, like, she actually was very like attractive, like this very attractive girl, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway.
Was she like white?
Yeah. This is like, I reckon it was about like a 9-10 blonde, right?
What?
Right? I'm just like, and I'm a sucker for blondes. So I'm like, fuck. But, and I was like, I'm not going to, luckily I wasn't drinking that night too. Right? Because like, I don't know. I'm like, I'll probably be like, oh yeah, she's hot.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Tuck it forward.
End of the night, man. Because like, I don't know, we overheard and we were asking one of the like organizers and then got into a conversation and we were like, so are all these like girls or like they guys? And he was like, yeah, the girls on the stage were girls, but all the bottle girls were guys. And I was like, fuck, like that's how good surgery is these days.
What
I was
the
like,
fuck?
Imagine. I was like, God damn, like, I was like, fuck, I just fell for a guy.
Damn.
We all got like, we were shook. We're like, damn, that was a guy.
Holy shit.
I mean, not fully confirmed, but like,
What the fuck?
I was like pretty shook. So that was an interesting night.
Did you talk to him, her?
Yeah, she was hell cool. Like she was like the bottle girl, so she was like serving all the drinks and stuff. And
Did she have like a girly voice?
bro, like I was like, does Adam's apple anywhere? Like
Nothing.
voice? Nah, man. Like
Maybe it was just like one of the girls on stage helping out with the.
I hope so. For my sake, or for all our sakes, because we all got suckered into it. We're like, damn, like she's actually like, you know, we just called a guy.
She hangs out with the guys, you know.
Yeah, because the other ones were a bit like noticeable. Like, okay, that's a guy. Like, I get it. That's all good. But like, this one was like, guy, girl. Because we definitely thought it was a girl at the start, and then we're like, maybe it's a guy though. If it, like, you know, it was a funny game. So yeah. Anyway, if you'd like to see something freaky, and you want to go to London, go to Soho and go to the box.
What what did the people that gave you the advice to go there look like?
Funny enough, there were just a couple of girls, like proper girls. There's like, yeah, you should go here. They stitched us up.
They stitched you up, bro. Soho.
So that was the last day in London, and yeah, we all just went home, kind of just being like, yeah, true, that just happened.
What the fuck?
Yeah. It was
So there's
funny.
places like that around.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I was like, that's a wild thing. I wonder what other shows they have running through. Like, is the act always the same? But that was scary because,
Pull a rope.
bro, imagine having like a freaking 3-meter cock and big bolt-on tits, but the face was like pretty scary. It was like monstrous. Like you had like silicone and
Oh wow.
yeah, it was like a monster. Like, I'm not trying to be mean, but it was like monstrous.
Yeah. So it was like a cabaret theater.
That's not cabaret theater. That was just some freaky shit.
There was just freaky shit. Was there music playing or was it just
actually,
dead silent?
Surprisingly, man, they were playing some gangster ass hip hop in there, man. I was like, this is sick music, but
Oh,
damn,
shit.
it doesn't really. It was all mixed emotions.
Michael Jackson didn't die.
Yeah, I was like, far out. So I'm
Damn.
kind of glad I missed the start because I think that really scarred me. But for the other guys, they saw the whole thing.
How many people were you with?
There was about like 7 or 8 of us.
Right.
Yeah,
Fuck, man.
yeah.
And what were you doing was Lee Collection in London?
Yeah, so we went to, that was one of the, that's when we picked up the Bugatti Supersport.
Oh, okay,
Show
right.
Supersport. So we were there for 4 days, right? Picked up that and we were like, oh, we'll check it out. Oh, we went out like twice, something like that. We found like a nice club and went out that. And then, yeah, the last night we just went for a nice dinner and then ended up there, I guess.
So was Lawrence with you at this time?
Yeah, it was.
What did he say?
Lawrence is such a nice guy. He didn't like, doesn't say anything. He just
Yeah.
he's like, oh yeah, cool.
What?
Yeah, he just wouldn't. I don't think. Yeah.
Let's
I
not
think
go
we-
back to Soho.
I think we were just like all like trying to talk to each other, like not pay attention to
What's happening?
what's happening.
Was it a alcohol served bar kind of thing as well?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It was full alcohol, full bottle service, and
What seat? Like, how many seats?
well, luckily, like it was this long stage, and we were like kind of in the back corner, right? But if we were at the front,
You
man,
could have
that
got
was-
shit or blood on you.
oh yeah, that would definitely.
Yeah, or both.
But I was pretty shocked, like to see like people were quite amused by it, like they wanted that to hit them.
Well, it doesn't surprise me because there used to be I can't remember the guy's name, but it was a giant man in Mexico, Tijuana, and he had, I think they called him what's that Russian guy, Rasputin. You know Rasputin?
Yeah.
So Rasputin was a Russian guy, and they made that love song about him. That Rasputin.
Yeah.
He had a fucking 11-inch dick, bro, and that thing has been preserved in vinegar since he died. And like you can still see it. It looks like a horse's cock.
Yeah.
And there was this dude in Tijuana, and it was back in the 50s. You could go down to Tijuana and watch this man fuck this. She must have been 4 foot tall dwarf on stage, just fucking giving it to her. And women and men like dressed in ball gowns and suits would sip champagne, just like watching this shit.
Yeah.
Like it was just a, we can do what we want kind of thing. But there's some sick,
Yeah, there is some sick things.
there's some sick
Like,
shit.
That kind of needs to get closed down.
Yeah, or fucking monetize it. Like it's probably on Pornhub now.
I don't know. I think that's one of the craziest things I've seen in my life. Like in a bad way.
In a bad way.
Yeah, it just kind of haunted me.
I've seen a 27-person orgy. I didn't participate. I wasn't participating. I went to a sex party here in Perth, actually. I won't name it.
Heard of them before.
Yes, and I had a jolly good time. Don't get me wrong. We were partying, having an awesome time. This was one of the first ones I went to. And you just feel like it's a strange feeling because you're walking around, and I always wear a suit when I go out, right?
Yeah.
And I was in a suit, and all these like probably the age of 21 to 30, like hundreds of girls just walking around naked. And you're just like, what is this? Like you're having that thought, you're like, can I just do whatever I want right now?
Yeah.
But then my moral kick in and go, no, don't do that. Just take it in, see what this is.
It'd be pretty interesting. Like, there's a lot of things out in the world that you just don't know what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, there's just underground shit.
There is.
And it could be cool, but then it could be scary as fuck.
Yeah.
Sometimes maybe you just don't even want to know.
Yeah. Did you, was it Tiger that came and partied with you guys?
No, that was Monaco. We didn't party with that. It was Travis Scott.
Oh, what?
Yeah, so Travis Scott was the
act?
main act of the final day at the F1. And we just happened to have one of the best seats in the house.
Yeah.
Crazy enough, yeah. We had like Mbappe as well on the side. There was Conor McGregor, Rick Ross.
You say hi to him?
Nah, what man? You know what? I wanted to say hi to Conor McGregor, man, but
Yeah.
he was a scary
on
motherfucker.
one,
Right? He was on. I looked at him. He looked at me. I mean, like, there's a few of the Perth girls there. Like, we knew some of our friends. Like, girls, all good. Talk to a guy, right? But if I was to go out and be like, "Yo, what's up?" Man, I felt like if I looked at him and he was like ready to knock someone out, I was
Yeah.
like, not a guy. Just don't be a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was on one. But then like, yeah, it was still surreal to be around like these people. I'm like, fuck, this is sick.
Yeah.
But then you realize how strict things are as well. Like people were like, can't pull out your phones. Like pulling out your phone, you just get your phone flashlighted or like, like they just the security's all on it. Like you can't film shit,
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
but you can
yeah.
if you were subtle about it, right? But
Yeah.
like they
Or
just
if you have a camera, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's how like you just see that stuff and it was cool. I think Travis Scott was.
Did you meet Travis?
I didn't meet him. I think it was a bit. It was cool, but I didn't think the performance was that great. Like it was just cool. I
Well,
enjoyed Rick Ross's show. Rick Ross's show was cool.
I think like for the Formula One, Travis has a specific type of
Crowd.
people
Yeah.
that come and see him.
Yeah.
And he wants you as hype as he is.
Yeah,
So he probably couldn't do his best performance in front
that's
of
true.
a bunch of,
yeah. But it was cool. It was just cool to experience. I guess that was that club. Funny enough, wasn't even. It's not a club. It's like say
it's a restaurant, right?
yeah. So you think about it, it was like Crown Ballroom turned into a club every night, and then it gets packed up again.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
What the fuck? Explain.
So it's kind of like it's a full setup. It's like curtains like all the way around, right? But then you can kind of exit that way. So if as a VIP, you can exit through the curtains and just leave or enter through the curtains. And it's just like stage setups, like kind of like a festival setups where you got like stages. So you got like booth setups and.
What was it the size of like the Crown Ballroom?
Yeah, I reckon it'd probably be about the size of Crown Ballroom.
Yeah, that's a big room.
Yeah. Yeah, actually it would be. And it would be packed. It's packed.
Damn.
Yeah.
How many people were in there?
I won't know, man. Wouldn't know. I reckon it'll be like 600-700 capacity in there.
That's awesome.
And then the bottle services. I mean, bottle service there are wild. I think bottle service is overpriced. It's pretty crazy. Like what spends are there, like how much money they would make.
It's
there.
not like Butterfly.
Yeah, just we love Butterfly.
Yeah,
right?
we love Butterfly.
But like people would I used to think, oh, that's cool. Like, but people would not. That's like nothing. That is like baby.
Yeah,
like
they're talking like 5-10 grand over there.
5-10 grand.
For a bottle service?
You got like minimum spends of 75 there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's crazy.
Damn.
It's like it's different level, right? But like it's just different.
A minimum spend of like a high earning wage in Perth.
Yeah, man. You will see people spend there, and you'll see just wages out the door. And we're talking euros as well,
Oh yeah, true.
right? So it's just like mental.
What the fuck? That's cool though.
It's a cool experience. But then if you're like just like me, just being like, damn, like that's money like gone. Like someone's living, someone's wage, yearly wage gone.
Yeah. Well, you think about it. If you had $1 billion, right?
Yeah, it's different. It's a different laneway, right? So like for our $10, that could be their $1 million.
Yeah.
That's how they see it.
Yeah.
It's just different laneways. So it's not really a waste of money, but to us, it'll be mind blowing. It still is mind blowing for me to like see that. I mean, I get to casually see it, and I'm like, I mean, if our house was that rich, probably would be doing the same thing too.
Yeah, same.
And it's not even just like an ego thing. It's just like just want everyone to have some fun.
Yeah.
And if you have that capability to do it, we do it here. You know what I mean? Like 2,000-3,000 a night, whatever, and you're showing your friends and you're all sharing together.
It's so everyone can have a good time.
Yeah.
I'm a big proponent of that.
So nothing wrong with it, but you just got to be in the right laneway to be doing that. Because you can't, if you're just a millionaire doing that, you go broke real quick.
Yeah. Yeah. No shit. Yeah. 75.
And there are some people that would do that. You know what I mean? Like just to show it.
Yeah.
But
it's important to do it in front of the right people.
Yeah.
I think when you're coming up, at least, you know, like with what Lawrence has done and built that platform, like the casino and stuff, that is such a massive thing that people in Perth couldn't fathom who he is. You know, like who would have thought that guy would have came out of here?
Yeah.
You know?
I think it's such a sick thing.
Bro, it's
going
the coolest.
around the world and people are like, who is this guy?
Yeah,
I think that's what you want in a way. Like, I don't know you.
Yeah.
But like,
I think he coined the term the black swan. Has he said that in front of you before?
No.
He put a post up on Instagram.
Right.
And they always thought that the black swan was a mythical thing. So like when they came to Perth, they were like, wait, black swans? Because there's other than here, there's no black swans in the world. You know that, right?
I did not know that, no.
Yeah. So
we do have just our own black swans, yeah.
we have black swans here.
Yeah.
And they thought of them as mythical creatures before. And a billionaire is a mythical creature.
Yeah, it's like a 0.000001%.
Yeah. You've got less chance of being born than becoming a billionaire. Let's be honest, bro. There's been 80 billion people in all of history that have ever lived on this planet. 80 billion, right? Yeah. And I think, what's it been, like 2,000 have been billionaires?
It'd be a very small chunk, yeah.
It's a very small chunk. Like, what the fuck is that, bro?
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think finding a chick that has a dick that's a 10 out of 10 is the same thing.
Yeah, let's not go back on that. I don't want to bring up my history. That people are like, yo, this guy likes guys.
Well, you didn't know. You didn't know. And you still don't. So just live in that world.
Yeah.
Happy days. Happy days.
It's kind of like, the unknown. Let's keep it that way. I don't want to know.
So when you're filming in Monaco, you film for the F1, right?
I don't film for the F1.
No, you film for the Lee Collection.
I film for the Lee Collections. Everything I do is for the Lee Collection or personally for Lawrence.
Okay.
Right. So but then occasionally there's here and there. I've been lucky enough to have the opportunity, if he has other businesses, to create campaigns or marketing things with him. So that's like That's another great thing to do, right? But the main thing is mainly the cars, elite collection. That's what I'm there for. Creating vlogs, creating BTS, and I guess showing the world with Josh like what we do and what he does. Collects cars and travels and how like actually drives them.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of people just collect things that sit there, you know.
Jay
which
Leno.
is fine, nothing wrong with that. But like, you know, he actually drives these cars and enjoys them and lets all his friends enjoy them too. He's not a person that just doesn't want to share. He wants to actually let everyone experience and share his enjoyment and his passion.
That's cool.
And I think I respect that heaps, you know what I mean? Because I think about it and I'm like, if I had that money, I probably would do that same with my boys.
Yeah,
You know
me
what I
too.
Like, what are you going to do with all this money?
Yeah. What's the point of having it if you can't share it?
Yeah. So like, and I think he's also building a lot of opportunities for other people in Australia or around the world with his businesses. There's also a good thing coming out of it. So
Yeah, well, he created something like fucking 10,000 jobs or some shit. That's
Probably.
fucking epic, bro.
yeah,
It's so cool.
So it's super cool to see it, and it's super cool to be a part of it, and especially that it's in Perth. Like a lot of people have to fly out of here
Yeah.
to get opportunities like that, and I've been lucky enough and fortunate enough to be believed in to be a part of it.
Well, it's like the what's it, Candy, Troy Candy?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that over East, right?
Yeah.
It's the whole thing of like make it where you are. I love the fact that Lawrence this is still his base.
Yeah, I love that too.
I love that.
A lot of people
bro.
have to leave. They want to, Sydney, Melbourne. Like, yeah, I get you get the opportunities. I get, even from like a media perspective, like a lot of people move to Sydney and I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
But I feel like people don't realize there's actually a lot of opportunity in Perth,
Yeah, huge ones.
right? And like, just build this place up. Like, build it to a point.
Thank you for saying that.
No, like-
no, seriously.
Because
thanks.
like you can build this place up and you want people over East coming here. And I think slowly it will be that way.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be, Perth will be the spot. I think, yeah, it needs to be like the hub.
Yeah. Well, J1 and Central C, they both say that like Perth is like one of the nicest cities in the world.
Yeah,
Just
it
because
is.
of how chill it is.
It is. We're very chill people. That's why I've realized, like, just traveling, like, for the past couple of weeks, I was like, man, like, Perth is great. And for car people, if you love your cars, Perth is great for the roads.
Yeah.
Because driving around in Europe is shit.
Is it? Well,
Especially
one
London,
ways
man.
and shit.
Right. Aside from, like, the highways, like, driving on the highways is fun because
Yeah.
people, this is, like, the best thing ever. Like, in Europe, if you're on the left lane, like, for our right lane, if you're on the left lane, people will move the fuck out the way.
Really?
Right?
Especially
over
for
here,
a supercar, though.
But over here, you drive whatever, they'll slow down. The right lane is for meant to fucking overtake, or like, you know, it pisses me off. I'm like, bro, you're driving 78 in the 80 zone, or whatever, right? I'm like watching by the kilometer.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you don't fucking pull up, right, I'm cutting your ass off.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, you just drive or move out the way, or just let them pass. People don't get that here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But over there, you're flying. You fly, just flash your lights, and bang, they're moving out the way.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
But then, like roads in like London, you can't even drive in London. The potholes and shit. We got
I
good
heard they
roads
were
in Australia.
terrible.
We got great roads here.
Yeah, I heard London roads were fucked up.
Man.
Like, they don't spend any money on potholes and shit.
You got like, you can't drive fast.
No?
No.
Damn. You can't have a lowered car, I know that.
You can, but you're driving sideways everywhere, just trying to like not
Damage.
fuck your front
Yeah.
fender up, or you know, you're just like fuck. It's like, man. But aside from that, another great place to drive around is Monaco.
Why? Why?
I think the best experience ever driving for me was Monaco because
All the windy roads along the
no,
cliff.
like it wasn't even that. Like we were right in the center of the F1, right? And I think the most surreal moment for me was being able to be in a supercar and driving on that track.
You drove on the track?
Yeah, like at night it's open. Like some of the track is open because it goes onto the roads, right?
Yeah.
I remember Josh and I were just driving, and I'm just seeing like the Rolex sign. I'm at the start pit. I'm just like,
Sick.
bro, like this is surreal. Like, am I in Monaco right now in a supercar just driving?
Yeah.
Like that was the moment for me where I was like blown away. I was like,
Dope.
alright. And then like going through like Crown Casino Square, and you're just like all the cars there, and we basically had some of the best cars with us.
Yeah, of course.
Like
yeah.
we had it on with us. We had a Bugatti and the McLaren 688 HS and the Speedster, super like nice cars. And like the McLarens are 1 out of 25. If you knew, you knew. If you didn't, you didn't.
Yeah, yeah.
Veyron's gonna shut it down anyway,
Of
right?
course, yeah.
Bugatti's gonna shut it down, and then the Speedster you don't really see many roofless cars.
Yeah, just the little window at the front.
Not even a window.
Oh no, it's slick back,
There's
isn't
nothing.
it? Yeah.
So you're just like, it's cool. And like, just with your boys, and we were just driving late at night once, and I was just like empty roads, and we're just cruising like at like 1 a.m. in the morning through Monaco. And just taking it in. And I think that was one of the best drives that I've ever had.
Right.
And I wasn't even speeding. I was just cruising, just looking at the scenes. I'm in Monaco. I'm driving on this track. I'm driving through the city, and there is no one around. Well, there is people around, but yeah, it's just like,
When you're in those cars, the heads turn.
100%.
Do people
I think
pull
people
up?
appreciate it more in Europe than what they do here in Australia.
I think so.
I think depending where you are as well, I feel like I found Sydney was a bit rude to people. Like the appreciation for cars, like people think like you're a cock if you have a car like that.
Is it jealousy?
I don't know, man.
It most likely is, right?
I'm just like, oh, okay, but like I feel like in Europe, a lot of like I found out a lot of the older people have appreciation for it.
Yeah.
They're like, wow, that's a nice car, and I think people appreciate, they're the finer things. I think, and also I feel like they're a little bit desensitized from it. They see it a lot more, so they understand where it comes from and like that. Where people here wouldn't be so used to seeing that. So it's either like a hate thing or it's a bipolar thing. It's like you either hate it or you love it. Like you'll see it like people, like kids or like adults here will be like fucking frothing over like, oh my God, like there's this car here, right? Then other people will be like, fuck, what a dickhead, he's got a car, you're fucking making up for like whatever. Like, do you know what I mean? That's the attitude. But like,
Look, I see both sides of it because I've been in both sides of it. You know the GT3 RS?
yeah.
Has Lawrence got one of them?
Probably. I think he's got one on order coming in. One of our friends just got one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that car, the 2023 version of that car,
Yeah.
I've never come in my pants faster than when I saw that car.
It's a nice car.
It's wild, dude.
It's a very nice car.
Yeah, I saw one, I think, 3 months ago.
What color was it?
Orange.
Yeah, right.
It was sick. And it didn't. The number plates weren't from here, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, it was flown in, I think.
Right.
But bro, I fucking saw that thing. I was just like, what the
Porsches are nice, man.
fuck?
Very nice cars.
Where do you think Bugatti's going?
I think they'll still stick to.
Like their same shape?
Yeah. I don't think. Oh, Antarctica. I did go to their factory and they did show I think the most futuristic looking car they had was the Bugatti Bolide, which is what Lawrence is getting as well. But I think their shape will still remain kind of
That same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really love that Chiron shape.
Yeah.
It's fucking nice. The Veyron was cool, but I didn't like the circles.
Yeah.
You know, the semicircles on the back door, like the door, sorry, because it's a coupe in it. Yeah.
But that's something we grew up with, like that in the games and stuff.
Yeah, 100%. San Andreas and shit.
Yeah. You had to have one.
Oh, yeah.
I'll forget.
Hard, bro. Hard. Fuck. Did you do much exercise while you were over there?
Yeah, we did. Actually, it was pretty funny. So Josh and I, like, we actually had this thing when we got to Europe first. We're like, all right, we're gonna try and run 100 meters a day, right? So we did that every day for like I think 2 weeks until some places didn't have gyms.
Right.
We'll just be like on the treadmill, just running. And after a while, we were just fucking tired. I don't know. Josh always was training somehow. I don't know, but I was like, I ain't training, bro. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm not running either. Leave me alone, man. It always like, man, I think one time he actually called the hotel and told them to give me a wake up call at like 6 a.m.
Oh, fuck that.
And I was dead tired that day. We literally got home like 4 or something, and he's like calling in the hotel and it's like
2 hours later.
Stitched me up, and I'm like, fuck, man.
Oh, no.
But yeah, we tried to work out as much as we could.
Yeah, of course.
But I feel like for myself, I just got such a fast metabolism anyway, and me just running around with a camera all the time was basically my workout. Like some step counts some days were ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, they would be, right? Because you're running from like corners to straights to fucking everything.
Yeah, just running around. But I think the most step counts I had was actually at Tomorrowland in Belgium.
You guys went to Tomorrowland as well?
Yeah.
What the fuck was that like?
That was pretty crazy. Like
Yeah.
not really my type of music.
Yeah, it's very...
Yeah, it's very repetitive.
Yeah.
I think what I had appreciation for was like the set design and all the lighting and the fireworks behind. Like they really knew how to amp up like a part of a song.
Yeah.
You just see shit go off. But I couldn't even go all like stages. Like I only went to 2 stages out of 14.
Why?
because it takes you an hour just to get down to the
How
last.
big is the fucking
It's
post?
massive.
What?
Yeah. And we had like a pretty like sick access. Like we had like VIP access and that, and we had like carts to take us everywhere.
Like golf carts, yeah.
Yeah. But like you would not walk. Like I don't even know how people were going from stage to stage. Aside from we found out at the end because a couple of the girls found hidden boats behind the stages where it takes you to different stages.
You paddle.
Yeah, you can take a boat, like a little speedboat.
Oh, so it's basically a field around a lake or something?
Yeah, and
Right.
like it's just different stages, and yeah, you can just get taken to like different stages by a boat, or you'd have to walk. And if you had an artist wristband, you can get a cart taken, or like take you around everywhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
But
So there's like a road network behind the scenes
yeah,
kind of
like,
thing?
and we were lucky enough to be a part of like the mansion package where you get fully taken care of. So like they'll drive us and pick us up because it's massive, man. There's a fucking full campsite out, like it's called Dreamville. It's a massive campsite.
What?
Where people like would sleep, and then there's like the mansions where it's like nice. Well, we think it's mansions, but it's actually like a little.
Chalets.
It's like a fucking little container, shipping container kind of thing.
But they call them
Unit.
mansions?
They call it the mansions. But you get like you can
It's
order
Tomorrowland,
yeah,
bro.
you can order your food.
Oh, wait, what?
You can order food there. You can order like.
Oh, it'd be
breakfast.
shit
It's
terrible
like-
food though, right?
bro, the food was actually pretty good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you got buffet food. You got like supermarkets and shit there too.
At Tomorrowland?
Yeah,
There's a supermarket.
there's supermarkets there, and then they have their own currency. So you wear these bands, right? So you can't pay with money. You actually got to go to this cashier, and you got a wristband
kind of thing.
and it it's like a pay pass thing on your wristband.
What the fuck?
And you just like tag along. Yeah, it's wild. It's pretty sick.
How much is a bottle of water at Tomorrowland?
I didn't drink any water.
Shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't ask. Just
Yeah,
you
fair
just
enough.
Pop. But you got massages there too. I remember getting a massage.
You got a massage at Tomorrowland?
Yeah, man.
What the fuck? Because I see videos of that. I did a scroll of Tomorrowland on TikTok, and I was just like, because it pissed down rain, didn't it?
Yeah, the last day it was raining. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, I just saw videos of that. I was like, that looks like a terrible place to be. Everyone's like cold and wearing plastic. I'm like, nah.
Yeah, but if you think about it, a lot of people are cooked at the same time, so they're
Pretty warm.
Yeah. yeah.
Yeah, right.
So you're okay.
Yeah,
And you're
okay.
in a bunch of like groups, like everyone's just.
So
fucking stuck together.
where was Tomorrowland?
Belgium.
Belgium.
Yeah.
It's Germany, right?
Yes.
Where's
This is our
it?
geography right now. I was
Yeah,
like,
fuck.
I failed in year 11 and 12. I don't know where
You
it's-
made it to year 11?
But yeah, we had Berlin. Fucking Belgium. Yeah, Tomorrowland, and at the same time there was the F1 there happening at the same time.
Is its own country? Is Belgium its own country?
Yeah,
Yeah, it is, yeah.
and it was like an hour's drive to Brussels or something like that.
Oh,
from
right.
Belgium. It's actually it kind of like somewhat reminded me of Amsterdam in a bit.
Okay, right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but-
it's like meadows and shit.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
It's
right
nice.
there. Brussels,
yeah,
Antwerp.
yeah. We were at Antwerp. That's where we were. Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. Fuck. That's a wild thing. So where did you started in Monaco?
No, so that's a whole different trip, man. So Monaco and Barcelona was like a 2-week trip, and then I came back.
Did you?
Yeah, I came back for a bit.
Right.
And then the next trip was this 7 week, 7, 8, something like that week trip.
Where did you land?
So we started in Paris.
Okay.
It was like Paris, Saint-Tropez, fucking Cannes, where do we go? Lake Como.
Oh, nice, bro.
Yeah, Belgium. Oh, we went to Portugal.
Were you
Portugal,
there? Were you there for Logan Paul's engagement thing?
No.
Because it would have been around at the same time.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Because he was in Lake Como.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Lake Como is beautiful.
It's a
We had a
beautiful
friend
place.
there. One of their friends were there. He had a house in Lake Como. It's amazing. Like, I think that was one of the places we could actually switch off for a bit
Yeah.
because we were partying so much.
You need that.
Yeah, but it was just amazing experience there for like 2 days. We were there,
Hectic.
2 or 3 days. Yeah, and then we went to Portugal. Portugal was sick. That was like a very
It's low key, right?
We were there only for the races because there's this called a FXK program. It was a program if you own a specific Ferrari and you race these Ferraris around. So you got your own race car basically,
Right.
and you can tour the world. And Ferrari will hold on to your car for you, and you basically just get trained to race your cars.
So
for 2 days.
is that the deal that Mr. Escalante, is that his last name?
Yeah.
Lawrence, yeah. Is that the deal that he did with Ferrari?
No, so that's a totally different thing.
Oh, okay. I
I
thought
feel
that
like that's a totally different thing. I think this is just because he owns these specific race cars,
Oh,
so he's
right.
able to do that. But yeah, so he raced his cars, made a vlog there, and yeah, we just kept traveling around, I guess. And then we went to London after that. That's when we picked up more cars. So
What was your favorite place?
probably Saint Tropez, man.
Yeah?
So I think because that was a totally different experience for me. Because I've never been on a yacht before. I hate boats, bro.
Me too.
I get seasick, right?
Oh, bro.
But
if it goes like this,
being
little
on a
bit,
yacht
I'm
is
done.
different. You don't get seasick.
Yeah, because it doesn't sway, right?
Yeah. And I find the best food was on the yacht. The chefs were on point.
Oh.
Like it cook you whatever you want.
What was your favorite food on there?
Man, they made like a mean pasta and I hate like salad.
Just
but,
hate
like,
it.
I just don't like veggies.
That's
But they
good.
made like a mean like lobster veggie dish, man.
Stop it.
And
I
I
got
was
4 lobsters, bro. I'm about to eat these bitches.
And I was like, damn, like actually really good food on the yacht. And then like being like the weather was summer, and then like you wake up in a different like location every day.
Oh, so they're constantly working while you guys are partying and
Yeah,
sleeping.
man. Like
right?
I'd leave my room, right? And my room would be like a mess in the morning, whatever. I'd come back like 10 minutes later, just come back down after breakfast or whatever. My room is clean. And everything, like I have all my gear everywhere, and they've like placed it like perfectly everywhere. I'm just like, yeah, they're on point.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
That's what you need. I need one of them here.
yeah.
How much is that?
Yeah, that was sick. And then just being able to jet ski with the guys, like pull out the jet ski and just ride.
Were they a part of the
Yeah,
the
so
yacht?
the yacht would have like 2 jet skis on them.
Or like underneath kind of thing?
Yeah, you just pull them out, and they got
a
like
wild
toys, they got like
thing.
slides and shit, and
Really?
yeah, and you just spas and you start drinking. You can just drink whenever. Like you can do whatever you want, realistically. Damn. And then like you'd have like your own tender to take you to like a lunch spot and Cannes, and yeah, it's just that was a cool experience.
So-
Never experienced anything like that in my life.
Your favorite food on the whole trip, not just the yacht. Let's go.
That would be it, man.
Oh, really?
Basically, any of the food that came off that yacht.
Damn.
Yeah,
And this was Lawrence's yacht?
I was on a different yacht.
You're on a... so
so
he
we
was
had-
on
so he
his
had-
own fucking yacht.
He had his own yacht that he had, and then he's got some for his family, and then some for like the guys that kind of work for him. So then we were all kind of together.
Oh, that's
You know what I
sick.
mean?
So
So, like,
3 fucking yachts.
Yeah, and then we'd all meet.
Do you know how wild that is?
We had 4 actually, and the Lambo yacht, which is actually that was cool.
Wait, is it the Conor McGregor one?
Yeah, that one there.
Yeah?
the Technomar.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is it Connor's?
That's not Connor's, no. So Lamborghini sent him one because his weren't ready yet.
Oh, so you guys were using his one that he uses.
Not Conor McGregor's. Connor's got his own one. He's got a green one.
Oh, I thought his was black.
Nah, it's like a dark green. I think I'm pretty sure.
okay,
We had a white one with us.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, it was nice. It was cool.
Apparently they don't feel too good on waves though.
They felt pretty fine with me. Like,
Really? Yeah?
they're fun, man.
Yeah, okay, right.
It's just cool. I mean, like, there's
Because
not
it's
many.
a V10 fucking motor on those fucking, or 2 V10 motors.
Yeah. They go pretty quick.
Bro, what the fuck?
Fun. But yeah, it's you can't fathom some of this stuff. It's like, when are you gonna pull up with like 4 yachts somewhere with your friends?
Yeah.
That's pretty insane. Like, he can have his own raft up.
Yeah, he could do that on one yacht.
Yeah, like one of the yachts is huge. Like the Kalila that he was on was like amazing. Like that I don't know if you've seen the gold yacht that was on my story.
Yeah.
That was the one he was on. But then like, yeah, we'd all just like move around together and like eat. Maybe we'll go eat his and then lunch at ours.
Oh, so it's like different hotels.
Yeah, basically every yacht was a different experience.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Was your guys the party yacht?
No, we didn't really part on the yachts, eh?
It was more relaxing.
It was more like the time to relax and just chill, have a couple of drinks. Yeah, we'd start praising the yachts, but then we'd go down to Saint Tropez or wherever to party at night.
Now, one thing that gets me about yachts is I've seen a yacht that has a swimming pool on it, and I'm like, you're in the water.
Yeah, but it's quite relaxing sometimes. Like,
Have you been in a swimming pool?
not the
on a
swimming
yacht?
pool, but we were in like Josh and I were just chilling in the spa
You got a spa in the fucking yacht.
at the top deck, and we're just like, oh, this is sick. And you're just looking out. You don't have to jump in the water, but
Yeah, because you worry about sharks and all that shit.
nah, the water. There's no sharks there.
Because it's clear as shit. You can
It's
see
nice.
it.
It's clean waters.
Not Perth waters.
You might get bitten. in
Yeah,
Perth,
dude.
But yeah,
Your
man,
ass
like,
gets bitten off.
yeah, the yachts, the water there was nice, and it was boiling hot, man.
How hot?
It's like 35 ish,
Ooh.
but it was like nice. It was like good,
Yeah.
right? Like
It's not like
you're in the middle of the sea, just jump in the water, whatever.
Was it humid?
Yeah, it was kind of quite humid.
Yeah, I like that. I like a Bali weather kind of thing.
But just like, I think when we were docked up, one of the coolest things I saw, it was like, we were docked up and right across from the dock was like restaurants and above was apartments. And I just the way of living, going back to the way of living, like these guys were literally just outside, not even outside. They didn't have a balcony. They went out their window, sat on the roof, had a table set up on the roof, and there was these two girls just drinking wine, just chilling there.
Oh,
I'm like, what a life.
That's sick.
Like, that's just, I'm like looking at that, I'm like, I'm on a yacht, but you guys are looking like,
Enjoying it.
yeah. I'm like, that's fucking life. Like, that's living. Like, that's just like, I don't know, I just looked at it, I was like, that's sick.
Where would you move there?
I want to move there, man. I kind of like, I like Perth, you know what I mean? But I'd love to move somewhere else just to experience a different culture.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I always wanted to move back to my like hometown Bali, or like where my
Are you
dad's from.
Balinese?
Yeah, half Balinese, half Javanese.
Oh, motherfucker, that's sick.
So then I'd love to, because now my sister's actually living in Bali. It'll be pretty cool
Yeah.
just to live somewhere else for a bit. But I feel at the moment with where my life's taking me, I just need to keep concentrating with my career.
Yeah,
until
for sure.
I can just like let it go a little bit. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I'll just stay here for a bit and just really build my career, build my business up. And when I can let it go a little bit, maybe I'll move somewhere. But I wouldn't mind moving somewhere in Europe as well. I always wanted to move to Paris.
Paris is one of those places, though, right? Yeah, it's good for like 4 weeks.
Yeah, but I just wanted to experience it. Hey, like I think with.
Do you know any other languages?
No, I can speak Indonesian.
You can?
Fluent Indonesian. Oh, not fluent. They'd call it a bit off fluent, but.
Oh, fluent. Yeah, that's
it's like,
me.
like an Aussie Indo.
Hey, gan. Yeah, like a dude. I've been to Indonesia and Bali like 21 times.
Yeah. It's a good little place.
I love it, bro.
And especially right now with all the, what's it called? The
Insta hose. Oh, sorry.
what's it called? They got that tax-free thing right now happening in Indonesia as well.
Tax-free?
Fuck, I forgot what it's called.
Is it like hosting your business over there?
Yeah, you can
kind of
and you don't have to pay tax for the next 5 years.
okay.
That's why there's a
Roadshow's going to Bali.
Yeah, you can literally just chill there and like earn money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm planning on taking the Roadshow over to Bali for like, let's do like 3 months.
Yeah.
And because everybody goes to Bali, all the stars
It's
and
cheap,
stuff.
man. Like if you know where to go, it's cheap.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people can spend. You can spend a lot. Don't get me wrong. You can spend a lot of money in Bali. Like if you know where to go,
Yeah.
it's quite an easy place to live in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like the Finn's Beach Club vibe. Changu's a little bit now.
Yeah, well, that's where everyone's going right now, right?
Yeah, well, that's where all the stars and shit are going,
Yeah.
and all the Insta hoes and everywhere I want to be. But I think like just for because Callum von Moger, the bodybuilder,
Yep.
he lived over in Bali for a while.
There's a lot of health and like wellness
Yeah, because
happening.
it's always sunny.
Yeah.
And like you can get an acai bowl for like 45 cents. Like,
Or it could be $45 depending where you're going.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely one of those places where it's quite affordable to live.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Paris for me would be a nice place to live somewhere.
How long would you want to stay in
I just
Paris?
want to try somewhere for 6 months.
Oh, yeah. I got you.
You know what I mean? Just to experience it. Like be somewhere else. Get out of a comfort zone, because being stuck in a comfort zone is never good too. Like I can get real comfortable here. You don't want to keep like somewhat pushing yourself.
Yeah. I feel the same way, man.
Yeah.
I'm planning on doing London. Probably do London for 6 months.
Yeah.
I think there's something to living in like I had this conversation with Caleb 400 and Ghostmac 400.
Yeah.
They came in and did a podcast, and they're moving to Atlanta just because like their music careers are popping off and their videography and stuff is popping off.
Yeah.
But they want to get a new sensibility of what it's like to live dangerously. Because in Perth, when you're growing up, it's not that dangerous.
Yeah. It's a nice place to live. It's safe.
Yeah. We don't have guns. We have knife violence, but very little. Like not like Western Sydney and stuff, which is fucking like, hey, you go and stab.
Yeah.
And over in America, there's gun violence.
Yeah.
And they're thinking, well, if we go to the craziest place for gun violence, maybe we'll get like a different perspective.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like where you wake up gives you your perspective on life.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, good luck, boys.
I'm good at.
Yeah.
I don't want to die.
I don't want to die. I don't want to die. No, I'm not keen
But
on
hey, if
death.
that's how you get your creative juices out, then hey, do you?
Yeah, I know people that smoke weed to get creative. If danger and getting out of your comfort zone makes you creative.
Funny story. The other day.
Okay.
For me, right? So I was hanging with my homie, and he just got back from New York, and he was like, "Man, got some gummies on me, bro. Want to try one?"
Oh no.
Right? I was like, I had nothing to do. I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. Like, let's have this and let's go for a feed.
Oh no.
Perfect, right? Have one. I'm like, this actually tastes good. It's like great flavor. I'm like, this is cool. So then we drive to Northbridge, get out, we're like, go for a bit of a walk. We went to actually try and find Ed a cab to see if he wanted to grab lunch. Things kicking in. I'm high. I'm like, this is great. I'm like a good wave, right? I'm like, good wave. And we're like, fuck, what are we craving? Let's just get some like roast pork from like Hong Kong barbecue.
Yeah.
Had a feed. Walked back to my car.
Oh no.
I've left my car on with my keys. I was so blazed.
The whole time the car was on. You're lucky it was still there.
Yeah, no one took it. I was like, cool.
Damn.
And then I was like, I was sick.
Was it a creeper? Did it keep coming? Was it stronger and stronger and stronger?
I had to sleep it off. I didn't drive home. I left my car there.
Yeah, no.
And then
you floated on a bubble.
Yeah, and then I went home and I slept for like 2 hours. Woke up at 4 and I was like, I'm sweet.
Yeah.
Let's get back to work.
It rubs off pretty quickly.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Like high.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, that was fun.
Smoking weed's different to eating weed.
Yeah.
Smoking weed gets processed like through your endocannabinoid system. So THC gets broken down into like it's not psychoactive, but it's one of the words. Oh, fucking. But when you eat it, it gets processed by your liver and it's called a one pass.
Right. I think I prefer to eat it, man.
Bro, okay, want a little statistic?
What?
THC, once it hits your liver, gets the formality of it gets changed to something called 11-hydroxy metabolite. And that's THC forming into one pass into 11-hydroxy metabolite. And that shit is 5 times more psychoactive than THC.
Right.
So that's why when people eat it and they eat too much of it, like I did at one of the shows that we've been to recently, not a good idea.
Yeah.
Perry P went to shake my hand and I missed his hand. That was not
Shout
good.
out to Perry P.
Shout out Perry P. And he's like, "Are you good?" And I'm like, "Edible." He's just lost his shit. You know, he like runs away laughing.
Yeah.
And I was fucking like on this. We didn't realize the fucking power of these fucking starbursts. And they like, I had one, and then we checked the packet, and it had 150 milligrams on it.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? I can take 15 milligrams, and I'm good. Like a little.
Yeah, I think
bit.
this one was 10 milligrams. I think, and it was still good.
I
Like,
saw
it
the
still goes
devil. I saw the devil, bro.
Yeah, nah.
Dude,
I'm
it was
good.
fucking scary.
Yeah. Nah, I'm a light user.
Yeah. I like smoking it.
I used to. Then I just stopped.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just didn't.
I have waves of that.
Yeah.
I've been smoking since I was 11 years old.
I think for me,
You're like, damn.
yeah, that's wild. But for me, I think I was actually against it, like massively. Only because when I was growing up, one of my girlfriends at the time was heavy on it,
And depressed and
and it was on a point where she couldn't go to sleep without it, and I watched that like kind of like destroy someone's life in a way, and I felt like she had so much potential.
Yeah.
In life. Even today, I'm like fuck, like, but like it's just like, yeah, that really put me off drugs at the start.
yeah.
But then I realized that everything's in proportion, right? If you do it right, it's cool. But as soon as you start abusing if this goes to alcohol, food, whatever, you start abusing something, it can go one way or another for you, right?
Yeah.
So you got to learn the balance.
I know a dude who can't have a conversation, look you in the eye without a Kia Coke.
Yeah,
It's like, bro, you need to sort your life out, dude. And like, this guy is a really nice guy, bro. It's just that he did that.
how much money is he making?
A lot of money. Yeah, he's up there, but he's superhuman with how he thinks when he's on it. And I think the opposite to that, when he's not on it, he thinks he doesn't have those superhuman powers.
Yeah.
But I've got him into a conversation once where we were so far away from that stuff that he couldn't get it if he wanted anyway. So he had to succumb to just being himself.
Yeah.
And he was exactly the same dude. You know, like you're just doing something to make yourself feel regular.
Yeah.
Where you could do that without it.
It's like social anxieties, right? People have the need to use that just to feel like they can socialize or be a part of something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The flip side to it, have you seen the video of the guy with Parkinson's who takes a dripper of CBD oil?
I think I have.
And he
like
goes,
calms.
calms all the way down, bro.
Yeah.
That's
handy.
That's handy.
Yeah.
Like, because Parkinson's disease is like the erosion of It's like too much dopamine throughout your life. That's why you see a lot of meth heads and like coke users in their old day, like they'll get dementia or Alzheimer's or Parkinson's, and they'll start shaking.
Yeah.
You know? And like one of the things that dopamine needs is a receptor and transmitter. And if the receptor or transmitter dendrites are fucking worn down, then you're fucked. But what CBD does is it relaxes everything and lets functionality like portray through rather than having just like to be, you know, like I need the next hit, I need the next hit. I think these things are the worst fucking things in the world.
And you got it in your hand right now?
I love these things.
In a vape bag.
Yeah. But I give these things up.
I was
all the
actually
time.
at one point when they first came out was into it, and I realized my fucking lungs the next day would be fucked. Like I started feeling like I had those liquid, like chesty coughs every time I had it, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So now I was like, nah, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. I think I like it.
Yeah. I mean, it was like, it felt good. Like you just like here and there, it's just like it's on the puff. It's cool. Tastes good. Smells good.
When I'm sitting there doing fuck all and I puff it, I'm like, I don't like it.
Yeah.
But when I'm in a conversation and, you know, like... it's
in a social setting, it's different. But even in a social setting, now if I have a puff of that, I'll cough straight away.
Really?
My lungs are so weak.
I don't think they're weak. They're probably just acclimated to oxygen.
Damaged.
Have you smoked much? Did you smoke cigarettes?
Nah.
No?
I
You're
don't-
lucky
I can't
being
smoke
Balinese. They're cheap as shit.
I tried. I mean, I can, but I just don't.
There's no point.
It's weird. I thought like in my blood, I just want to smoke ciggies. Just squat and
And pull your shirt up to here.
yeah.
Yeah. Just to
have
cool
a couple
off.
of ciggies,
Yeah.
but I can't.
I don't think it's for everyone. Just like I think being a billionaire isn't for everyone.
If it was, then it would just be the norm, right? It would just be like,
Yeah, you end up like Zimbabwe.
yeah.
Yeah, where you have $1 billion notes. You know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild, bro. You know,
Yeah.
like it would completely destroy everything. But I think there is a beauty to everything that's going on in this world.
Oh yeah. There's a lot, and I think it's been great for myself recently to be able to experience the highs and the lows. Like I've been at my lowest points before and seen that, and I've actually seen the highest points of life. Well, in a materialistic sense of like unlimited money, what that looks like. Do you know what I mean? Like I've seen that experience, and for me, I'm like, great, I can now find the balance between the two to see where I want to be in my life. That's the I guess like the cheat code that I had in my right now. Like people see the cheat code of me being able to drive around cars and being a luxury life as a cheat code to life. But for me, it was more of a learning experience.
Yeah.
Like, what can I take out of this rather than just see it for face value? Like face value, it's like cool, fun. But what can you take out of it?
It's interesting that you say cheat code because I remember typing in like the R1, R2.
Or is it Sims Rose? Like, and do you ever play Sims?
Yeah.
It's like, is it Rose like the cheat code? And you get like 100,000, 100,000.
Yeah. Well, I think that destroys the game.
Yeah.
You know, like when there's a cheat code to like take San Andreas or GTA, when you have like all the money, you can't die, the game becomes boring.
Yeah.
You know, it's fun at the.
But then like you learn from
time.
like playing cheat codes. Like you cheat, if you have a cheat code, you get a taste of what it's like to have everything, and then sometimes you try to do it without it to see if you can still get there.
Yeah.
So that's where I feel like this is like, all right, it's kind of a cheat code. I don't have that money, but I've been able to experience it. So now how do I get there to a point where I'm happy to like be at?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So I get a taste, and that's a very rare opportunity. Not everyone gets to have a taste of that shit.
Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah.
So that's where I'm saying that's my cheat code.
Yeah. Perspective is your cheat code.
Yeah, it's like shit. I got to experience that shit. Whereas like people are still growing up are like, I wonder what that's like. And a lot of the things that I got to do are things that some people don't get to do in a lifetime. So I've got to understand that and be like, fuck, like that's a big like opportunity, big step.
Yeah. What's next for you?
What's next? I think right now it's just still I still want to just focus on career. Just figure out, like, I still feel like I haven't found really what I want to do. Like, actually, a bit of a lie. I have found what I wanted to do, but I just don't know where I need to be taking it yet. So I'm at a kind of like a mystery stage. Like I'm trying to figure out, because now I have opportunities, not just within Lee, but like within other places, like other companies, they're seeing this stuff and they're like, okay, what niche can I target? But I guess it's for me is now just to grow my business, and basically why I started Fast Agency was to be able to give people the opportunity to work with me and work with the clients that took me ages to work with. So for example, now, like Jason being 23, he works for me, right? And he now got the opportunity to literally fly to Malta and do a campaign with me internationally.
Wow.
Like, when are you going to get the opportunity? Do you know what I mean? So like even working with like Red Bull and all that, it's just like crazy.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the stuff that I worked, it took me a year, like took me ages to like get these clients. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to give like a roadmap for like these younger guys to be able to come in and literally skip that and be like, hey, come work with me and give them an opportunity. And I know that I tell Jason this all the time, or like anyone that's going to come work for me, like I know that if you work for me, you're probably going to have a 3 to 4 year lifespan before you want to do your own shit, before you think you can do your own stuff anyway.
Yeah.
So I just want to kind of overall for my agency, I always thought of it as like, I want to be like a Harvard of media. So you come in, right?
I like that.
And you work for me. And then when you do your own thing later on, all I want from you is to be like, hey, yeah, I'll work through. So I went through Fast. Did you know like that name, like when you're like in people were like, I went to Harvard.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all I want.
Notoriety.
I want to give that experience. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, cool. Like I want to be able to build up some people in Perth. Whoever wants to work with me, whoever wants to work with me will work with me, right? I don't go chasing people. If they want to work with me, like Jason fucking nailed my head being like, okay, can I work for you? Can I work with you? Like every fucking week he'd ask. That's why I hired him. You know what I mean? I want to find those people that are like hungry.
Yeah.
I'm not going to reach out for your ass if you don't want it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's the people I want to surround myself with, because that also keeps me hungry. I'm like, fuck, this guy really wants to learn with me. I need to make sure that I can provide and actually teach him things and actually give him an experience faster than what I had to do. Because it took me 10 years to be where I am now.
That's
I'm trying
awesome,
to fast track
bro.
you in a year. I fast tracked him in a year.
That's crazy.
Like how long would it, if I'll ask him all the time, like how long would it take you to get there on your own? Would you have got there on your own in a year?
Or would you have gotten there at all?
Especially in Perth,
Especially in Perth.
right? So it's like, that's the opportunities I want to be able to provide.
Well, it kind of sounds like you'd probably be going down the route of having your own full-born agency that you can take, like eventually you get off the cameras and then you just...
That's what I want to do. That's what I want to like, never directed anything. So I want to be a director. I want to just be able to run or project manage really.
Yeah.
So I want to have my team, but then still have my standard of work. So teaching them how to work like me, you know what I mean? And then if they want to stay with me for however long, great. I'll have someone from that start. Like Jason's always been like, I want to work with you for like as long as I can. Like I want to be a part of your business.
Sick.
Great. Got like my day one homie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Perfect. And then we can just keep growing.
Yeah.
And then eventually, like with businesses, I want to, because now I've finally been able to hit in international market. If I can keep hitting international markets, I can literally take these people with me, take these guys and grow them with me. And that's, I think, for some, because some people, not everyone is made to be like a freelance entrepreneur.
No.
Right?
No.
Some people want just that 9 to 5, like safety net. I want to just earn 70, 80K a year and I'm happy. Right? So I might have some of them people on my team, and that might be interesting enough for me. Like, hey, like they'll get both the best worlds. They get to like actually live a cool life, work a cool life, work away, get some cool opportunities, work with cool shit. Like I feel like my client base is fucking sick. I got cool my client base.
It is, bro.
Right?
Yeah.
So like, it's not just your average like shit. This is like, we get to do some cool fucking shit and it's fun. I think that's my biggest selling point at the moment.
Yeah.
To work for me. Why do you want to work for me? You get some some shit. If I was 23, fuck yes, I want to work for
Bro,
like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's like my selling point, and being able to provide that, I feel grateful. Be like, shit, like I can give this opportunity to people, and I think that's what it's all about in the end. That's how you're gonna grow Perth.
Yeah.
Giving opportunity. Like, why am I running to Sydney and giving someone else that probably won't appreciate that? Let's stick here and grow some more younger kids around.
That's exactly the same mindset as I think a lot of the people that are doing cool shit in Perth have, which is kind of iconic when you think about this. Sev's doing it. He's got like 3 guys that work underneath him that he pays a salary to, and they do all his editing for his TikTok videos. But he's also got this other side hustle Wilco's doing the same thing, but with marketing.
Yep.
You're doing the same thing with photography. Brendan Sisich, he's doing the same thing with, you know, his videography, but that one's particular because he's very like wants it in his style, and it's good to be like that.
Yeah, he's a niche. Brendan has his niche, man. Brendan's fucking sick at what
He's
he
got
does.
his niche
like,
hard.
with music and like music videos. I'll watch his stuff and I'm like, fuck, he does some sick shit. You know what I mean? But he's like, he takes his time with a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
which is really cool, right?
Yeah.
Where like for me, I think why clients come to me is that I'm a very fast paced person.
Right.
So content needs to be out quick. I don't have time for that shit.
Yeah, but it's quality too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, try to be.
No, it is. Trust me.
No, it's quality.
Yeah.
But it's like quick, fast, and effective. Like bang. Like a lot of clients that I work with me need it quick.
Yeah.
Like they need it like in 48 hours.
Yeah.
Where like music videos is one of the things that you can take your time with. And Brendan is so good at that. When Brendan gets to zone in on something, he'll pull out like fucking magic.
Yeah. Brad Lee, who's this entrepreneur from America, he says it's the rule of 3. So if you want you can only ever choose 2 of these, right? So you can either have it cheap, fast, or good. And if you choose to have it cheap, it ain't going to be fast and it ain't going to be good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like throw them around different ways. It always ends up with like, oh wait, be patient, expect good work or do good work if you're the one creating, and
Expensive.
yeah, the charge is going to be there because of the work that you've done. You know, like that's why you like if you ever see someone that's done like a terrible whatever the fuck it is, like fill the blank. They're not going to expect to be paid $100,000 to do that shit work. Yeah. It took years of skill.
In Perth at the moment, with regards to budget and money, it's not as easy with that formula at the moment because the budgets here are like for like I guess people that aren't into production. I think production might be different because I've never really touched production side of media, but like more of the lower end scale content. The budget for it is shit compared to like over east. I think that's why people want to go because there's money there, right? Mm-hmm. But people here haven't really adjusted to knowing that if I spend money, proper money on my marketing, my content, then I'll be able to get what I need back.
Yeah,
they don't see that yet. They just want like fast and they want cheap. Literally, that's what they want, right? So it's like it's hard. Like even for myself, I'm like, fuck, I don't want to give cheap work out. I need to still give good workout. So in a way right now, even for me, sometimes I'm still sacrificing that budget to still give good work.
Yeah.
That's the hard thing I feel about Perth.
Yeah.
Unless you have some clients, all good. Like if you've got a big client, that's fine. But it's more like if you're trying to help the smaller guys, the smaller businesses, some just don't understand that, hey.
Yeah.
And you're just like, bro, like, you know, like what you're asking for if I was to actually probably quote you.
Yeah.
Thousands.
Yeah, thousands.
Yeah.
I'm the same way with this setup that I got here is I'm trying to do like when I was first started this, right, it was on a couch and I was like, so it's cheap, you know, like, and then I wanted good quality. So I had to build everything to get it to this. And then I wanted to do the work fast. So like constantly have podcasts coming out. So I've now like established AI, but now I'm at the point where I'm like, I don't want to have to be looking up things. I'd rather have someone like do this shit for me and pay them and like have good work. But it comes down to like what you were saying earlier on, patience, bro.
Yeah, it is patience.
Yeah.
And and also I think money goes back down to you. Like how much do you think you're worth? And sometimes it sucks, but like you gotta take the shitty like pay at the start. Like that's how I always start. Like man, I used to make 2 videos for like $200.
Yeah.
It's changed now, obviously, but like you gotta do it. Or sometimes they did it for free.
Yeah.
And some people don't want to sacrifice that. But you just gotta do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, at the start of things, especially. But like even for now, like new projects, like if the client, I try and I feel like just to help out. I feel like to give out like fuck it. Like I just want to work, and if I see potential in the client to be like, hey, this could be a long term thing, I'm happy to cut off like budgets.
Yeah.
And be like, all right, what's your budget? Let's do it. I'll still give you my quality work. You know what I mean? Hoping and giving the benefit of doubt that once they receive my good content, that they can up my budget. And if they don't, they don't. But I guess that risk is on yourself. But that's where I just like trust in people. I'm like, let's hope.
Yeah.
That they're nice enough to be like, look, I'm making money off your shit now.
Yeah.
Let's up this budget.
Yeah. Well, that's the cool thing about it is it's a visual, tangible thing. You know, like back in the day, you pay for like an advertisement on radio or television, knowing that it would be in prime time or not. But now there's so much content all the time, all on these bloody devices that we have, and it doesn't stop ever. It's always going. Like you can never scroll to the end.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
There's always going to be content.
There's always going to be content, and the good shit shines through.
Yeah.
And people, like, they gather to the good shit. They gather to the stories. That's why TikTok goes so high.
Yeah.
Because there's quality things.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah.
But you need to pay for it, motherfuckers.
Yeah,
pay him, bitch.
yeah, for sure, man.
All right, should we wrap this shit up, bro?
Let's do it.
Thank you for coming down, man.
No, thank you for having me.
That was a fucking awesome podcast. And stay the fuck out of Soho.
Yeah. Actually, no, go to the box. Experience it. So just so you know that I'm not talking shit, go there.
Yeah. Go to the box.
And if you see that blonde girl, ask her.
Just grab. That's how we test.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Roadshow. Have a fantastic day whenever you listen to this. As always, Seto, how can they reach you on Instagram?
It's Instagram, yeah.
Yeah. Happy days done. We'll link it all up in the bio anyway.
If you're